Karl's still pooping. I sent him up 45 minutes ago and he's still pooping. It's a corporate dog. It's a corporate day again. Oops, I'm on. There we go. I had my volume on, but let's see on my computer. But I see there's people here. Let's see. Oh, the bathroom door shut. Albert's here. Perud is here. She's having a lazy day at home playing Skyrim. Karl and I have been playing Conan Exiles again for the first time in a couple of years. It's there's a flashlight going outside the door. Anyway, it's fun to be playing games with him again. He basically runs around. It's like PvP for Sims. I mean, Sims for the PvP interested. Like Sims for guys. That's what that game is. So I run around and I build stuff, and then he just goes and kills things for me. And so then I build things for him. Yeah, anyway, and then I'll craft things for him, and he kills more for me, and he finishes the game, and I'm on like level 2. It's a good trade-off. Susan Youngman's here in Frankfurt. Welcome back to Europe. Audra is here. She's got the flu. Full package, nose, throat, and everything else. Lucky me. Did you take the flu vaccine? I'm kind of curious as to how effective this thing is. But so far, I haven't gotten it yet. This is probably the first time I've ever taken a flu vaccine. Other than COVID, but that's not necessarily flu. So kind of curious if it's working because I don't usually get sick anyway. But lucky you anyway to get all the good stuff. I hope you're feeling better, but time for lots of soup. Audra, I'm thinking of you. This is backwards, but it's Audra's wine. Karl is wondering if it's actually wine or just pure alcohol. Because we've reopened the bottle, but it's probably aged another 6 months since we've opened it, and it's really good. But it's got some kick to it, by the way. So my glass is a little dirty. I used it last night, but I have a little more. This is the Aronia wine you made, Audra. Ta-da! So I'm having very tiny wine glasses, so basically a shot. At a time because I'm allergic to wine, but because you made this one from home, there's no sulfites. So I think I'm getting more and more convinced that it's sulfites I'm allergic to, but this I can handle. So yay. Then I see Osman is here, which is good because I have a cup of coffee too, just in case Audra's wine really knocks me on my ass. So I have Osman's cup with coffee in it, and Audra's really alcohol. It's, you know what though? It's tasting a little less alcoholic every day. So I think I'm getting used to it. But it's really good, and I'm glad it did not make me sick. I've had a little bit 3 days in a row because we had the days off, and it's good. So thank you. Torben says, not before the kids are sleeping. What am I missing here? Okay, further. Oh, watch further up. Yeah, Osman's here, by the way. Hello from Norway to India. Katie Erickson is here. Hey, from northern Minnesota. Where in northern Minnesota? I have to ask, Katie, because I'm from Duluth originally. I moved to Norway about 28 years ago, if I do the math correctly. Anyway, 1997 is when I moved here at the very end. And now I've been in Norway longer than I've been in the United States, which is really weird, but I'm still an American. I did not take a citizen. Somebody asked me that today if I got nationalized. Nope. I have a residence permit. I don't need to change it. There's no reason. But yeah. Anyway, so where are you from? I'm curious because Minnesota's online. Northern Minnesota. Only the northern Minnesotans will say northern. We will specify that we're in the north, by the way. I don't know why we do.
One of the warm-loving Southerners.
No. We're not from the cities. Them big cities, people. That's not for us. We need the north. Don't you know? And I was really surprised. I told this before not too long ago, but when I took Karl back was the first time I'd been there for the first time. It's the first time I'd been there for about 6 years, maybe 5. Anyway, and that was now over a year ago. But anyway, I was surprised to see that my dialect is in the north. I mean Duluth, but just that 3-hour drive from the cities, or 2.5 from the cities to Duluth, there is actually a slight dialect shift. Anyhow, so good. Garcia's here in Holland. Torben's here in Loftus calling in Norway, painting green swords and longing for a gin. He sent me this picture of this the sword on his Warhammer figures anyway, the Necrons he has. It's like, I hate green in big capital letters, but I thought the swords looked really cool. I would have thought the blades were the fun part, but maybe it's because he was adding this really cool shading and some highlighting and metallic stuff, so it looked more realistic than Karl and I paint. So, I don't know why. I thought that would be easy. It's like a smooth surface compared to half the other stuff. But he hates making the green ones. And Torben and Karl have a date on Thursday. You're going to be, who's killing who?
I'm killing him most likely.
Karl says he's gonna killing. I'm not gonna say that. No, that sounds bad on YouTube. His Warhammer guys are gonna take out your Warhammer guys. We'll see. And which ones are you playing with?
Rekka's team.
The Rekka team, as in Rek. And he's playing just Necrons.
I have a name. Don't remember off the top of my head.
He can't remember the name off the top of his head. We'll have to educate him, Torben. No gin until Torben's kids are sleeping. I know the feeling. My kids are at their father's, so I can have my wine too. Although they're going to school over there because it's more populated. Gudvangen has like a population of 12. And there's no kids their age. So they're going to school out there. Why don't I have a hip flask on it with you on it? Or with it on you. I think he's talking to Torben there. Max is here. Welcome back. Heidi Lisa is here. Hey. Oh, Gotni Tor. I'm not sure if I've seen Heidi yet. Susie's here from San Diego. Torben says, pro painting tip of the week: when shaking a pot of green fluorescent shading paint, make sure the lid is closed. For you women out there, it's like painting, you're shaking the nail polish without the brush in it. My kid did that once. I think the old couch still bears the stain. Leofsig is back. Welcome. He's from cold Colorado. It is minus 3 degrees Celsius there. What were we today, Karl?
Around 0 somewhere.
We're around 0. We're a little warmer today. It snowed. Wet snow. And then it froze a little bit overnight. So it's like ice skating if you're wearing tennis shoes. Not a good idea. Then we found some really interesting tracks in the snow when we got up this morning. We're still trying to figure out what it is because it looks like a hare. That's what Anders thinks it's a hare, but I don't know we had hares around here.
Those tracks are pretty distinctive.
They're pretty, yeah, because they look like long. They're like this long and skinny. But I think they were dicking with us, going back and forth or something. I don't know, because they kind of like made arrows, like print, and it looks like an arrow. So it looks like it wanted us to go that way.
It's either that or a tiny kangaroo.
Could be a tiny kangaroo. Not sure if we have those in Norway. But then others thought might be a deer. We have deer around here, but they don't look like that. So, yeah. So we're thinking it's a hare, snowshoe hare or something. Oh, Max has got some exciting news. Can't wait to see. Katie Erickson's in Walker, Bay of Leech Lake. Okay, oh yes, you small town as well. Probably about pretty comparable to Duluth or to Gudvangen. I mean, Duluth is a big city for Katie here. Duluth has like, I don't know, 90,000, maybe 85. But then there's Superior, so. Garcia's, oh wait, no, I went back. Garcia's in from Holland. Brood is here, in from Poland, originally South Africa. Raymond Roberts is here. He's, we might have bunnies, Raymond. I don't know. Never saw them in Gudvangen before. Barely even saw him in the eastern part of Norway as well. Anyway, but Raymond's coming in from upside down land in Australia, and he's a huge rabbit fan if you haven't caught on yet. Robert Reynolds is here from Scotland. Hope you're all having a good day. I can't believe I missed the Bishop's Finger episode. What do you think of it? Do you like it? I mean, Karl might still be able to whiff the bottle a little bit, but it's all gone, and I think he was pretty happy with it. And what is the story behind the Bishop's Finger? Where has it been? Nolvia is here. She says hello from Huntington Beach. They're definitely warmer. She's got a palm tree in there. Let's see. Not too bad in Western Australia. 40 degrees next week. They're enjoying a summer. Holy crap, 40 is too hot. I don't know if we've ever hit 40. I would die. Raymond Roberts says, I found a Warhammer store in Perth. Albert advised me to stay away from the plastic crack. Oh, he's not wrong. You know, and the thing is, Raymond, they don't even paint it, except maybe Torben does. But they just collect it. It's just tons of it up there. And the rest of it's in boxes and on shelves and he just collects it. I don't know. Some of them he opens the box and reads the book and then puts it all back in again. It's okay, Karl. I'm not throwing you under the bus. It's a good thing you're not here. Maybe a little bit of bus throwing. Albert says, so I haven't bought Warhammer in a bit, but I have bought band patches for collecting, and 2 of the patches are Lord of the Ring motifs. 2 is black metal. Lord of the Ring motifs. 2 is a black metal band from Djävul, and the other is from Mayhem. From the jacket, from their vest anyway. The battle vest, is that what they call it? I'd love to see Karl in a battle vest. Like some motorcycle club outfit. No? No, he ain't doing it. Sorry, I tried. My kid is here. Hello, can I see Fuzzy? Yes, you can. This Ashram is my kid. That's Alex. This is Alex's baby. Fuzzy, not to be the annoying one. It took me a minute. Oh, no, he's, there's food being poured in the bowl over there, but he'll come by. It's your baby, Alex. And this is Cecilia's baby. Isn't he cute? But yep, your baby was on the front because I had no good pictures. And I forgot to take a picture today while the snow was out. I could have taken a picture of Nalbinding, but that would be too smart. Zilla looks lost. Yeah, a little bit. He's very snuggly, but they miss you guys since you've been here. My kids were here for Christmas. Look at how happy. But Fuzzy went straight for the food bowl. Kitties. And you have to say hi to Osman's little girl. Because she loves cats. Let's see. I'm still catching up here, so I was a little slow on that one, Alex. Albert has 1 Donheim patch as well. We play Donheim in the shop. Because we can't always have Norwegian Viking music. Sometimes you have to have German Viking music too. Did you pick out a beer? Robert was upset that he missed the Bishop's Finger episode. You have to tell him what you thought about the Bishop's Finger. And if you figured out where... There's Oswald saying hi. Did you figure out where the Bishop's Finger went?
Somewhere yeasty.
Somewhere yeasty. Okay, what are you going to have today?
I think it is Spanish. I just took the closest one. We are going to drink all of them, so the order doesn't really matter.
Yeah. You're having...
But it says
you went Spanish.
Barcelona on it, so I'm assuming it's Spanish.
Estrella Dam. It means the star. The star dam. Let's see.
This is something you bought, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I know I did, because I don't think we've had Spanish representation in the beer. Let's see. Sorry. There we go.
Mexican, but...
No, Mexican, but not Spain Spanish. Cerveza Mediterránea. But I don't know about the rest. August Quentzman. I didn't even know they used disease in Spanish. But yeah, Barcelona, 1876. So this has been aged for a while, huh? No. And what's your percentage? Because this is one of the Vinmonopolet ones. Is there something playing noise over there?
I was listening to some idiot.
Your phone is still running. You'll be properly out of battery soon. This one is the percentage. I have no idea, but he'll probably be drunk by the end of the episode. Oh, 5.4% up there it is. 500 milliliter.
I might have another one.
Yeah. Karl's also gonna, I should have shown. Karl's also gonna do Iron Chef cooking again. Iron Chef microwave cooking. I forgot about that one. I can show. He's going to be representing Norway via beef snothered. I would not have thought this was a Norwegian thing, that this is the kind of thing you have after you've been out drinking all night.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's a Norwegian thing either. But
no.
The name is Norwegian.
But the name is beef snothered. Beef snodder would be, it's not like beef stew, but it's like street beef stew because you have it with a béarnaise sauce. Béarnaise sauce and, not French fries, but fried potato wedges. So it's pretty much French fries. And it's beef, and this one has mushrooms in it. I can see it. Then it's just in some sort of a sauce. But French fries and beef with béarnaise sauce. But what is this? I would like to hear a Sogndal story related to beef snadder. And
I don't know if I have one. But
what is it? Maybe beef bits, maybe?
In Sogndal, they you make it a tiny bit differently.
Yeah.
Torben can correct me here if I'm wrong, but they don't call it biffsnadder, they call it sognasnadder. So
Your inner run, channel my inner rana encantador in español.
there are some differences between biffsnadder and what I eat in Sogndal, but I'll be damned if I know what they are.
No. What does it say on the side?
Do not eat inside.
No, it says sous vide, which means it's sous vide. Vår metode bevarer smaken og sikrer at maten like næringsrik som hjemmelaget. Oh, I do not believe that for a second. Our methods are maintaining the taste and ensuring you that the food is just as nurturing as home. What is it? Full of vitamins or whatever. Anyway, as homemade. Dette fordi maten pakkes lufttett, varmbehandles forsiktig og avkjøles rask. Noe som også sørger for god holdbarhet. It is because the food is packed airtight, is warm treated carefully, and cooled off quickly. Something that also makes sure that it lasts longer. But anyway, Sue, do you think it tastes like homemade food? We'll find out.
I don't know if anybody makes this at home. It's a typical hotel and roadside
You
food.
can't tell me anything in the microwave tastes homemade. Otherwise, they're cooking in the wrong century.
Well, if it is from our microwave, it is by definition homemade. So
Then the Iron Microwave Chef has spoken. Biffsnadder går aldri av biffsnadder går aldri av moten og er et herlig måltid når du fryser på noe godt. Når du er fysen på noe godt.
when you're hungry for something.
When you're hungry, yeah, beefsnadder never goes out of fashion, and it's always a lovely dinner meal. It's always a lovely meal when you're
Hungry for something.
hungry for something good, but fysen, doesn't that mean fart?
No, that would be fiesen.
I could definitely hear the difference when you say it there now. Say fysen
Fiesen.
and the fart.
Fiesen.
Help. I'm sorry, but it says that the lovely meal never goes out of fashion, and it's actually wonderful. Really wonderful when you're farting for something good. Den gode smaken i snadderet kommer fra når vi langtidskoker stor feskjørt sammen med champignon og løk, kombinert med krydrede potetbåter og vår bearnéssaus. Blir dette skikkelig snaddermat. Yeah, explain the, okay, well, anyway, the good taste in the snadder comes from, because it's cooked over a long time, cow, or beef anyway, with mushrooms and onions, combine it with spiced potatoes and our béarnaise sauce, and it's actually going to be really good snaddermat. But do you want to explain the word snadder? S-N-A-D-D-E-R. This is a word in Norwegian, which is, I don't know if we just, okay, so take away beef. Norway loves compound words. So you can take beef, which is beef, and snadder, which is what?
Woman, you speak Norwegian.
What's snadder? Is like snacks? No.
It's
not
like
snacks, it's not-
but not exactly. It's,
The ER just
you
means it's
want-
plural, more than one. So what's snadder? Snadder?
It
Snadder?
means basically something good. It will rarely be used about candy
Yeah.
because that's its own category. But
So Snoop, but Snoop is, we don't have that
Snoop
word
is
in
also
English.
candy.
Yeah, Snoop is candy, but this is, it's like munchies?
Yeah. something
Maybe like this beef munchies. Here's another compound word, krydder, potater. Krydder means spices, and potato. Potato means potatoes. So anyway, we learned a little Norwegian today.
But as you
Snadder!
probably- as you probably see, I'm quickly running out of Norwegian microwaveable food.
At least in our store.
So
I found a good one for you today, but you didn't want to have it.
yeah, no, there is one universal rule about food I eat. What is that?
Something has to have died for the meal.
Exactly.
Yeah, nothing died in the oatmeal I found, but we.
And oatmeal, that's not something you serve humans.
No.
It's something you first feed the animals that
Fuzzy,
the
come
humans eat.
With spicy potatoes. Yeah, Raymond says. There's Annetta. What's cooking? Yep, so Annetta's super excited. She made it just in time for you to go cook. Try your beer, because sober cooking is never good.
But we also have an unboxing today.
We have an unboxing today, yep. Annetta's just here for the food, though, so you have to make sure to appease the really good cooking. No. Let's see. And then Roger was mentioning something about Duluth, my hometown in Minnesota. Duluth is named after a French fur trader, Sir Duluth. He looked it up. You're not wrong. And here's another little Cliff Clavin fact for you. Duluth, Georgia, which is actually bigger and lesser known than Duluth, Minnesota, is actually named after Duluth, Minnesota. It's true. I don't know why. Maybe they thought the cold people would like to come there.
For the people that have like, is it 103 Sugarloaf Mountains in America?
Probably, but not where I come from. There's
Yeah.
no mountains in Duluth, but it's pretty close. What do you...
Considering that you use French,
Yeah.
English, Native American, Spanish, and so many other languages, you should think that everything would have a unique name.
Not Sugarloaf.
No. There is a Sugarloaf Mountain. I mean, we are building a Duluth behind it.
Last week we talked about Rocky Mountain oysters, which are not mountains or oysters. Anyway, how's your beer? Your Estrella, your Spanish star.
It's good. Not super in any way, but
100% ingredientes naturales. 100% natural ingredients.
not quite as yeasty as the bishop's finger, but I do smell the yeast.
That just came out really bad. Yeah? I haven't decided if I want wine or coffee today. I'm going to have Osmo coffee first. No, it's tea. I made tea.
But I'm
No wonder
really
my coffee tastes fine.
excited to see the reaction of your unboxing woman.
Okay, so I unboxed before you unbox your dinner. Okay. Come here, Fuzzy, if you're going to be by there. I think he knows Alex is here. Okay. No, he knows Alex is nearby, so. Okay. I can't reach the box and the cat at the same time, but I'm trying. So Karl bought something for YouTube. And I did not open it. Would you like to guess what it is? Anyone want to guess? It's about less than a kilo. I have no idea how many, maybe a pound?
There is something in there that I want and something in there that I think you might like.
And this is okay to open on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Do you have a knife or a scissors or something?
Put it over there.
It might be too far away. Hang on. Well, the cat took off, so you could stand there probably with your package. And I'll find. See, the cat's gonna slip in your phone. Scissors. Oh, I have a box opener. All right, so do we have any guesses as to what it is? Let's see if I zip down here. Beef snotter sounds like beef plus nads, says Roger. I did actually have to say I thought the same thing when it first came out. Beef nads, which is a slang for Rocky Mountain oysters made of beef. Sorry, I know you're dying. I'm just building up expectations. Yarn, says Garcia. Is it yarn?
No. But people who have been watching YouTube lately might have an inkling of what I bought her.
Yeah, beef snotter could be Norwegian style Rocky Mountain oysters. Okay. Let's see. Where's the opening? You got this all the way from United States, it looks like.
Yeah.
How many tariffs did you have to pay?
Transport was about 1,000, and I assume that includes
Holy crap.
toll. But they're
What
not
did you
putting,
buy?
They're not putting tariffs on their exports.
No.
That would be insane.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Okay. Paper. You got me packing paper. A lot of it. You paid too much.
There's one thing for me in there, and one thing for you. And I think you might probably very quickly be able to guess which one is for you.
This one?
We'll see. You have to keep opening.
It's like a giant paper snot rag for a troll. Oh, it's a magic wand. This must be for you.
That, I don't know what is.
Did you order? And a sheath. Did you buy a weapon for YouTube? What are you going to do to me on
We
YouTube?
are getting closer, I think.
Okay, this one I think is
I
empty.
think this one is for mine and that one is for yours.
What do you think?
I believe.
Whatever it is, it's stitched, hand stitched, I guess, or machine stitched, but leather. And it looks like a sheath. It's got some wood in there. That looks like it comes from the Bad Dragon, says Peruta. George Takai would say, "Woo!" No, what is it? I lost it. Anyway, I hope it isn't a green screen. That I would miss the ocarinas. Don't worry. They're in there. Can you find them? One day I'll move them back and shock you all.
Yeah, this one goes with mine.
That one goes with yours. It's a wand holder, and his is like this, and it has a ram or an eagle or what is that? No, it's a ram. If I hold it, maybe it'll focus. I don't know. I have to hold it in front of the camera. Okay, Karl can't wait for me to unpack. I don't think it's because he's hungry. Here, cats. This is not yarn. What the hell is this?
What is yours?
I think I know what this is. What did you think we were going to do with these? Fight in the... This is like... You look so pleased. This reminds me of Conan Exile.
Well, you did go to the Royal Armories.
We did go to the Royal Armories,
A
yeah.
building that has more implements designed to put into other people's bodies than
Ooh, it's
the
oily.
Icelandic Penis Museum. So you can photograph anything you like, and you photographed every one of these twice, and basically nothing else.
Okay, we're going to need some paper towels, though, because it is galvanized. So it has...
It's just fine.
Yeah, I know, but it's getting all over the everything. So that's why I don't want to touch it with my hands. I gotta touch yarn after this. You do not mess with oil and yarn at the same time, but basically there's a bar here and a bar here. And what am I gonna do with this thing? Yeah, and there's a tip. Gotta take off the protective tip. There.
Osman knows what this is.
Ozma knows what this is, yeah. Oh, it needs more lubrication. It's just like... It's a good fit though, the oil made it go in slowly.
And with your grip strength, a punching dagger might be the correct way to go if you ever are in a knife fight.
So who am I killing with this?
Do you want to kill with it?
Sue says, if you ever bring Karl to Louisville, Kentucky, show him the Arms Museum in downtown. It is so flippin' cool. He would love it. Is that a scabbard for a stiletto, Karl? I'll let you unwrap yours if I was lucky enough.
Exactly a stiletto, but the predecessor of the stiletto.
So I don't think you're talking about shoes at night?
Yeah, the shoes are named after the Italian
Sorry, making too much noise.
thin-bladed stiletto knife.
I'm sure this means Cult of Athena, but you've ordered it from Cult of Athena.
Yeah, they write it for me.
I have to show you how it looks later, but it's Cult with a K, which means Kult, which means cool in Norwegian. 16th century German bullock dagger and an Indian Qatar standard grade. I'm guessing I got the Indian one.
Yeah.
I'm learning. And you paid the same amount as shipping as you paid for the items.
Yeah.
No, thank you. This is fun. I can't wait to kill things with it. How many cabbage will die this summer?
This we cannot really pause as Viking.
No, we're going to have to maybe do it in the yard outside. We can't do it in a
really
Viking
cool
village.
Things, so
Oh, that is so cool. I always wanted a bullock dagger, said Suze. There you go. And it's lubricated, too. No, I would take it out completely, but maybe I get a paper towel or something to... Is it sharp? No, it's reenactment.
it's
reenactment.
It's what I call battle red. This is not reenactment. You can get
Oh
an
no,
edge.
this part is sharp though.
You can get an edge on this, but you have to
that part is sharp.
It's like what I said about the sword about the knife in the shop now. It's sharp. It's not actually sharp.
Oh, the cats are just jumping in and out of
But
the...
if you let me fondle it for a few hours, it will be sharp.
Sharp enough to shade the bikini line of a fly.
Yeah. the real challenge is to make it sharp enough to shave the bikini line off a fly without the fly noticing.
Karl, says Albert. Hi, silly. And there's Carla. And Carla's calm down, please, fire.
So this is my bullock dagger.
That's your bullock dagger? Oh my god, it has bullocks on it. You weren't kidding.
Yep.
It's anatomically correct.
This is the predecessor of the stiletto, and these were more popular up north. So
let me turn it around just to make sure.
Germany type weapon.
It's because we're using the microphones on the phone today, so it might only focus
These ones
this way.
traditionally don't have an edge, but they are pointy as all hell.
Look, it's got bullocks. Not for kids. And a tip. It is what's the word now? I said it's yeah. But yes, and then it's you got well, okay, no, this is where is this from? There's little crosses on there too.
I would guess well, you just read it. I thought you said Germany.
I probably did. I just forgot what I read because I read it and I forgot already. 16th century German bullock dagger. Is that what this is? Yeah. And mine is the, oh, sorry, this is the one, Sue's, a bullock dagger. So you grab it on the shaft.
Yep.
And it's used this way in case you
the
were wondering.
bullocks are there to prevent your hand from sliding down the blade when you are enthusiastically stabbing somebody.
Okay. Then a good set of bullocks is good to have.
Yep.
So, there you go. And it also has little rams on it.
They had these two at the Royal Armory, but you didn't want to photograph any of them.
Heck no. I was playing with these punch daggers. Osman's on my team. Not Viking at all. We're having a really good Viking. Neither Viking nor Nalbinding has showed up today.
You should remove the rest of the
yeah, but
plastic
it's here's a grab some toilet paper to wipe it off with because I don't want that oil all over the coach. That's why I put the plastic on it. Here, it's really oily. If you get it on my mom's quilt, I'll have your head. I'm just. So what are your plans for us to do with these things?
Sharp enough to...
No, the tip is sharp. Careful.
It's sharp enough to actually make its own way through the plastic, so...
Why didn't you just take it off the way I was taking it off? I had it almost off. The only thing is I squished it here. Like, oh, I'll do it.
No, but this goes all the way around, so you would have to cut this down.
That I can do. It might be easier than what you're doing. Slide it this way. This way off. Here, wait.
I'm drunkenly drawing a
Gee,
sharp weapon directly into my chest.
There's plenty. You are not that drunk. You're opening it upside down. He's doing it wrong. This hurts me watching you. If you put the knife through the open end, it's...
Make an incision here.
Those are very pretty. It says, let's see, for one, you had an opening. You just, it was down on there in the first place when I gave it to you. Let's see, watch. You just slide it off. And then you have that toilet paper I grabbed. Oh, that wasn't even close, you little girl. Okay, let's see. Gotta just... I remember we got, when we last ordered helmets from Osman, they were also very galvanized, but that's good, it's protecting it.
Yeah,
but we have to, every time we take one out, we have to have the tissues at the ready.
This isn't galvanization, this is storage fat.
Storage fat, okay. So that's why I was afraid to...
Galvanization is the
fondle it
grayish stuff that you see on hesjestreng, for instance. It makes the iron look bluish. It's zinc oxide on top of the iron.
No, back when I worked at a hardware company, we would refer to things as galvanized that were oiled and treated. Okay, there you can see the handles.
How does it feel in your hand?
Do you hold it like this though, yeah?
Yeah.
Like that, I was gonna say, or do you hold it like, but that would do like bad things to me.
That would do bad things to us.
And you don't hold it like that either. That would be stupid too.
Yeah.
No, but it's like this, and then
This is no offense, husband, but this is the thing I keep wondering about with every kind of Indian weapon. The grip seems so odd.
well, I wonder, does it hook to
This-
something?
This is actually not unpleasant.
Around the wrist?
And the fact that there are two of them gives me a little bit of edge control.
Yeah?
But
You didn't order two, and you only ordered me one. Is this because you're afraid
No,
of me?
two.
Oh, two of the handle thingies, yeah.
Do you want one in each hand, woman?
Yeah. I could do some damage with that. Let's see. Robert says, I'm in Karl with the flinch. I flinched watching it happen. It's the perspective. I missed him by 1.5 meters.
No,
There's a reason I look bigger than he does, because I'm closer.
I was pretty safe, but the old teacher inside my head is basically going, if you see a kid do that, you take away the knife.
Give me my weapon. No, I was wondering if maybe, because there's like a little divots there. So I was wondering, is it maybe something to hook, like a holder, like something that you would, like a leather cuff or something that you could hook it into?
I don't think you would do that, because then you are in risk of breaking your wrist if somebody gets control of the blade.
Well, yeah, I guess.
So,
We are punching some cabbage this summer in the village. It's going to be fun.
this thing is so much lighter than I expected it to be. I was commenting on the package being light when I got it.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if there was just a note in the package from
This
the
is a really
Norwegian
good
toll
fit, though.
department going, do you think you can buy weapons, you stupid idiot? But thankfully they were there. But this thing is, it weighs next to nothing.
Okay, does anybody hear the innuendos coming out of his mouth? I was expecting it to be heavier.
It's... This basically
It's
counts
like a
as,
kid in a candy shop. It's like me in the yarn shop.
this basically counts as Christmas gift for both of us.
This is
I
Christmas gift
just
for
hope
both of
you
us.
like yours as much as I like mine.
Well, it's not a Nalbinding blue Nissa hat, but it'll do.
But would you give Nalbinding blue Nissa hat to somebody who could easily make it in like 5 minutes?
You do when it's the yarn costs 400 and some kroner, yeah, from Japan.
So you
Japanese.
could unravel it and make wrist warmers
Yeah.
instead.
Anybody got any questions about this before I sent him off cooking, by the way? Let's see. Albert says, I want both of those. Roger says, no beef snodder were harmed in the making of this YouTube video. Oh, I didn't think about that. We could totally kill the beef snodder. Okay.
You normally take it out of the scabbard first.
Yeah, but I was going to see if we could just, poke a hole in it or something. Is that what you have to do? This and that. I mean, French fries are not supposed to be sous vide. They're not going to be crispy, I'll tell you, by the way. They're actually soft potatoes when they make these. And there's the snodder. It looks like a bag of something. And then the béarnaise sauce.
If we hang this on the wall behind us,
When they're doing the
green
green thing and next to the ocarinas and No, I was thinking could open the bag with it, the box with it, but
Mine can just stab, not cut.
no.
Well, theoretically I could make an edge on this, but it's not meant to have one. It's
See if it shows up now. If I hold it like that, there you can see the ram's head. I had a focus issue before.
And obviously, since this is well after the Viking Age, you'll see Christian crosses both on the scabbard and
Yeah.
on the, let's call it the head of the penis.
Yeah. But the shaft is ribbed for her pleasure, or your pleasure. I don't know. There you go.
Oh, it's ribbed very much for the opposite of pleasure, but
There's just
you know what these things are,
a bollocks dagger. The package is a bit light, says Raymond.
you know what these things are for, right?
I assume to do some damage.
Imagine that you are fighting a guy in full plate armor,
Yeah.
and you finally get him to the ground.
Yeah.
What now?
Oh, that'll go right through. Well, you can go up through the...
It doesn't go right through, but he has to have an eye slit.
Yeah. Oh! Ow. I can't look. But he would open chainmail, that's for sure.
Or it will go right through chainmail. No
Yeah,
problem.
no problem.
But,
It's a piercing weapon, yeah.
Plate armor is a lot better than you would think.
Yeah.
So even if you smash this into somebody's neck or under their arm, there will probably be enough protection there to save them. But the eye slit.
He's so excited. Okay, I have to catch some more here. Novia says, ha, light package. See, they're hearing the innuendos. It's not just me. This is my kind of people. Karl and those wrist knives are the envy of X-Men Wolverine fans. Oh my God, we got to show this to Cecilia. She would love this. My kid is a huge X-Men fan. Oh yeah. I can be Wolverine.
Me and Karin have been playing a lot of Conan Exiles in the last couple
Yeah,
of
I
days.
was telling him.
And one of
Karin
the
and
things that I have in Conan Exiles that I could easily make and give her are these punching daggers. But I decided not to mention them with a single word because I didn't want to hint about what my YouTube package contained.
I didn't want to hint what my package contained, but meanwhile, he was like, don't forget you have a box to open there. You don't forget you have a box to open there. We can't forget that you have a box
I also
to
told
open.
her 3 times in the period between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock that maybe you should make a YouTube link.
I got there. Well, I was catching up on a lot of stuff. We just had 2 days off, so I had a lot of catching up to do. And because we don't have a work phone, people use my phone, and then the messages just fill up. And
Don't give your phone number to these fuckers.
it's not my phone; it's Messenger. It's just the same thing these days. Okay. Anyway, so I'm like way backlogged on messages. I've got emails too. Poor Osman is waiting for an Evo for me. Osman, the runes have arrived. The runes have arrived, and they look really good. And we're very happy with the size of the hexagon. Oh, he also made us some hexagon tablet weaving cards and the square ones too. The square ones are a little bigger than last time, but they look really good. And the hexagon ones, the holes are farther apart now, so they look really big, but they kind of have to be in order to use them. And Pavel, our tablet weaver in the village, will be testing them, hopefully within about a week or so. But yes, no, so the bone, I'm only halfway through though. I only opened 1 box. But they've arrived. We're very happy with them. They look really good. Okay, so yes, we have runes made of bone, by the way. They're hand carved, and we use we ask them to make use the offcuts, so it looks a little bit more creepy. I don't know for lack of a better word, but because you can make runes out of anything. Okay, so this is the woo-woo part. So this is definitely not your field of Viking. But for those who like to do rune readings, they prefer Elder Futhark. But you can make them out of little pieces of wood, bones, maybe chicken bones. Would you make one out of... No, don't use chicken bones for anything.
Well, when it comes to the rune readings,
it gets a little
it's
voodoo-like
not
for me.
anybody's field of Viking because it isn't Viking.
No, so
full stop.
would you call this... What would you say the comparison is between rune reading and voodoo?
Voodoo is older.
Really?
Considerably.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, they used runes in some way for prophecy in the Viking Age.
Yeah?
But they would use their own runes,
Yeah.
and we have no idea how they did it.
Uh-huh.
So, they consider the runes to be magical.
Yeah.
And we know a tiny bit about what they consider this magic how this magic to work.
Yeah.
But everything you see of bind runes and rune reading magic is using the wrong bloody alphabet. And none of their interpretations are older than the 1960s.
There'll be, no, I was kind of curious about that anyway. By the way, web shop is closed for the year though, because we're updating to a Scansic code system, which is one of the things that is, our Viking shop is finally entering the 20th century with scan codes, but I have to create a database and it's taking forever. Once that is fully in place, so I'm hoping in 2027 we can relaunch the
One thing I would absolutely love to see, when it comes to actual bind runes that are actually used in the actual Viking Age, is if somebody uses the triple T on something made out of metal or something that is meant to be super solid.
Triple T, we'll need a pen for this one. It's the one rune that, explain the triple T. The whole thing on bind runes, you're talking about bind. Okay, so technically a bind rune is when you take more than one rune letter and put them together to make a new meaning.
You don't really make a new meaning. Normally, what a bind rune is most of the time, is that somebody is making a runestone, and then they are too lazy to make a new straight line when they already have a straight line on in the right place on the letter before it. So if you use modern language, if you want to write IK, IC, you kind of write it like a K instead of an I and a C.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? The first one
No.
looks like an arrow.
Yeah, that's a Teal one.
Yeah, and then when you take 3 of them and put them together.
Yeah.
So it's like triple protection because T is T is for Thor for protection.
My source here is Jackson Crawford, the guy with he has translated a lot of the saga books, and he also has a very good YouTube channel that is worth following.
To read the chat.
He's this old Norse expert that lives in Montana and is making most of his YouTube videos outdoors in a cowboy hat while he's just walking around and looking at mountains.
Okay.
But he's really good. One of the very few examples of magical use of bind runes in the Viking Age is that one. If you have something that you are afraid of breaking, or something you want to make more solid, you put that rune on it.
Okay, so it's like strength. And
yeah, it's
strength and protection at the same time.
It's please, for the love of God, tell me that I made this thing correctly so it won't break.
Yeah, Jackson Crawford was Raymond was talking about. Jackson Crawford has at least he has more than 3 books, but we have 3 of them in the shop. One is the Prose Edda, or is it Poetic Edda? One of them is Havamal, and the other one is
don't think also Havamal.
Volsung, the Ragnar.
Yes, the Volunga Saga.
Volunga Saga, sorry.
He has
that's an American author, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, he's from Montana, so
that is him. Okay,
generally speaking, they are Americans. But he is really good. Very often, when I'm speculating about if this thing or that thing is authentic, I end up going down the YouTube rabbit hole, and at the very bottom I'll find him have already made a video about it, and I take that very often as the final word. Yeah. Because he isn't speculating. He has good backing for almost everything he says.
Raymond put up a link in the chat for Jackson Crawford. By the way, Torben thinks. Okay, what does he think this means? Triple T for tits, thongs, and tea beer.
Tea beer.
I don't know what tea beer is. And thongs, but we don't say tongs unless you mean tongs, and that's something different. Tongs and thongs. Norwegians will pronounce TH in English like a T. So, for example, Thor, we say in English, but you guys would say Tor. And it would be pronounced, it could be spelled with a TH or with just a T.
Yeah, we very rarely use the TH in Norwegian.
No. It's this side up fragile, Mark, says says Nikki. This side up. Really, this side up.
But if the magic actually works, then one thing I find very charming about Norse beliefs is that they don't seem to care at all if you believe in it or not. As long as you do the thing correctly, the thing works. So if the international sign for this side up just makes the packages more solid, then that's just the
there you
benefit.
Go. I'm reading it a little bit backwards here. Albert says, you also have the house runes, and I don't remember how old they are, but the oldest one I have seen is from the 11th century. Though a lot of them are for protection of spirits and witches in some cases.
I'm not familiar with that, but
is that like putting your name in runes over the house, or these?
I'm speculating here because, as I said, I'm not familiar with them. But I'm assuming it's some kind of incantation you put on your house to protect it.
I would think it'd work a little bit like the my favorite. Sorry.
The thing with almost all of this, as far as I know, practically all of it is Christian.
I didn't know that.
Like the thing that now everybody hates, the veggviser and the Aegis-hjelmer runic circle symbols. Yeah. They are based in Christianity. It's just an Icelandic version of the Black Book that has them. And almost all the magic in Svarteboki, or the Black Book in Norwegian, is the one. It's based on Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
So it is connected to Christian holidays. You invoke the names of the saints and of Jesus Christ to basically get your magic to work. It's still
Your beer is out of reach. He's like,
it's still magic, so the church is not exactly a fan.
Yeah.
But at least it's magic that works within their framework of belief, so to speak.
Okay. I had a question for you there, but
so according to Svartebuchi,
yeah,
if you go to a crossroad near a church at midnight on Christmas Eve, and you done, I don't remember, you do something in the crossroad, and then you go and walk around the church 3 times, and look in the window, you will see everybody in your community that is going to die the next year sitting on the benches.
Wait.
Great magic, but very Christian. A pagan wouldn't have any use for this.
I was gonna say, but the house runes, could that be something similar or akin to my favorite Gudvangen, the gold foil figures? They're like little pieces of gold about the size of your thumbnail. They're really small, and it's stamped or forgot the word anyway, but
pressed.
imprint. Yeah, or pressed anyway, or it's marked in with a. You could take a blade anyway and just kind of do an imprint with it anyway. Embossed maybe, I don't know. Anyway, but it's stamped with a little figure, and it could be a lot of them that they find are husband and wife. It looks like kissing or make the hand-fasting ceremony. There's other ones that are naked figures. There are some that look like warriors, some that look like
mythological motifs.
Yeah, and a lot of them they find them all over the place. They find some in graves, but a lot of them are found under a house post.
Yeah.
But they're just little things. Look up the gold foil figures. Jonas Lau Markinsson has a wonderful page with these.
You have a big concentration of them around Uppsala in Sweden and Nidaros in Norway.
Yeah.
Places that have been associated with temples of the pagan gods.
Yeah.
I know of 2 theories about what these things are, but they have nothing to do with the house runes. Well, they probably have nothing to do with the house runes, because I still don't know what the house runes are. But the thing Karin is talking about here is probably the
I don't think I have
Children of Ash and Elm interpretation of what the Gulgubbar actually are.
Yeah. Because I would think it'd be a protection rune or something of the, bless this house kind of a thing.
No. Well, what he's kind of considers it to be is like a Viking business card.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Remember, this is a society where your network is super important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there is a conflict, and in the Viking Age, Norway is in an almost constant state of civil war, because Harald the Fine-Haired had a bunch of descendants, and the Danish king, whenever Norway is somewhat peaceful and stable, the Danish king will find one of these guys who are pretty disgruntled and just give him ships and men and send him back to Norway to keep the fight going.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super important that your circle of friends basically see eye to eye on who is the king of Norway right now.
Mm.
And what he thinks these figurines are is like Viking business cards.
Yeah.
So you go into somebody's hall. Let's say that I am a somewhat famous warrior, and I have my own retinue, and I have my own like Viking business cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I meet this farmer who treats me nicely and lets me sleep in his hall and gives me good beer. Then I take one of my little Viking, little golden figurines and puts on one of the posts inside of his house.
Mm.
So other people who come and visit him afterwards can basically go, okay, he's a friend of this somewhat famous warrior guy.
Yeah.
So I should probably not mess with him. Type of thing.
I thought, but they were found under the posts too, in the foundation.
That's what.
That's why I was thinking it was more.
This is why I
went
think
with that theory.
he is probably wrong about the theory about what these things are. What I think they are, and I've seen this theory somewhere, but I don't know. They found
lots of them.
I don't know who to ascribe it to. Is that they are like currency for sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you have something that is clearly valuable, but not something you can give to Odin.
Yeah.
So say that you are a sheep farmer, you have 6 tons of wool.
Yeah.
You can't just throw that on the fire and then it all of a sudden shows up in Valhalla and then Odin goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? But what you can do is to sell it, buy one of these golden tokens, and then sacrifice that to Odin. Because Odin would certainly appreciate gold, even though he doesn't want your 6 tons of wool.
Well, the wool is cool. I would totally honor that sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, if I gave up my wool, that is a sacrifice of immense proportions.
Yes.
There's a whole bunch in here we're missing, by the way. Torben asks, and Torben, don't you dare jinx it. Have you muzzled the minx? We noticed that Carla is very quiet over there. Yeah. She's, Karl made a cat pacifier over there. See, that's her. Fire. And he's not even drunk yet. No, I know. He was trying to claim that he was drunk, but 5.4%. Really, he's getting weak.
A little bit.
You should try Audra's wine. What did you think of that?
If you really want to ask me that...
There's a reason I'm using a shot glass, a tiny wine glass.
Audra's wine is paint thinner.
But it's Aronia paint thinner.
I just hope it tastes stronger than it is. But
it's strong though, but it's
like
good.
Something you use to dissolve non-organic fluids.
No, but it's a sweet one. But it's only the first sip that's like, after that it's like, I can have lots of this.
After that you've burned your tongue to the point where you could drink linoleum and be happy about it.
It's not burning, it's just sweet. Leif Sega's here. Carla looks so content. Well done. Good job, Karl.
I have a theory when it comes to Carla, and I'm afraid I'm probably right about this.
Karl has been tracking her menstrual cycle.
We have 5 to 6 days of screaming. Then we have 5 to 6 days of running. Then we have 5 to 6 days of normal cat. And then the whole cycle repeats.
Torben says cat pacifier. That sounds like a 22 caliber. Yeah, it's glossy. That's because of the asbestos.
Well,
this is Torben.
The 22...
I have not done Nalbinding yet, Nikki. We'll get there. Yeah?
The 22 caliber is pretty much a universal pacifier. It pacifies everything smaller than an elephant.
So he has nearly finished with his beer, and then I will send him on a mission for Annetta. And then I have my Nalbinding. Stitch of the month is Dalby and Teal, and I actually finished one. Or have I?
I have to find
I have a thought about what I might want to do with this.
I have to find some kind of very dubious source that
it's
allows
just gonna
me to
wave that around.
Viking clothes.
I like the way you're holding it.
Would it be better if I hold it around here like you're supposed to?
I would say this way, but okay. It's very happy to see you, Karl. No, but I'll get to this when he starts cooking. I'll let him finish his beer first, which I'm afraid if it goes down any faster. You just point that thing at people nilly-willy. I think this end is more dangerous than that end. But boy, I'm glad it came with a sheath that doesn't quite fit on this side. Let's see, I gotta go up a little bit higher. I made a binder and says Pruda to the bottom of my Viking crockery and cutlery so that when we go to Volin, our stuff doesn't get lost among everyone else's stuff. Volin, by the way, W-O-L-I-N, is in Poland. It's like the Viking supermarket of Europe. Huge.
Yeah, and
I haven't been there, but it's on my bucket list.
Better than that, if you want to see how a Viking battle was actually fought, Volin is as close as you're ever going to get.
Maybe we can go there. We gotta recruit Freeman. Hey. Okay. Neil Price, she said the foil figures served as a similar function to a business card, yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah.
Robert says, not yet, Nikki. The pesky Viking keeps talking about Viking things. Laugh out loud. Don't act like you're not proud that he's doing it, though.
Now, on this point, I think Neil Price is probably...
Albert would join us to Volin.
Is probably wrong.
Yeah.
But there are some people I don't like to argue with. Because I know there is so much knowledge behind what they are saying.
Yep.
So Holger is one. Neil Price is one. And I think that's the whole list.
Yeah. By the way, so here I have to do another little corner here. We'll turn this. Actually, if I make this backwards, it's better if I make it backwards because then it'll show up correctly. Okay, that is a K or a C, a hard C. And then that would be a B. So if I wanted to do my name, Karin Bium, in initials, I could put them together and it looks kind of like a side diamond or a heart or something, but I could do that. I used to do that. Is that backwards? Yeah, it's backwards. So it looks correct on screen right now. Anyway, but that's what I would mark my stuff with, and that would mean it was mine. Like my beautiful Osmond cup will eventually get that markered in on the bottom so people know it's my cup and not theirs. This is my cup at home, so it shouldn't get mixed up with the other Vikings. But now we have a lot of our Vikings. A lot of the employees are running around with these because it's cold out and they can have coffee in the morning anyway. And then these ones are dishwasher safe, which is the other ones that we have are not. You have to hand wash them only. So it's nice having one that's dishwasher safe. Then we can be lazy Vikings, lazy modern Vikings, and just chuck them in the dishwasher when we're done. But you don't want to go from cold to hot in one go. Do not take it out of the freezer and immediately pour hot liquid in it. That's just going to kill anything. What kind of wand is that, Karl? The gray? Well, he's waving it around like you just don't care.
It's the wand of stabbing.
You had to encourage him.
I love this thing so much that I'm almost considering
I'm sorry. No, I love this thing so much that
I'm almost considering doing medieval reenactment just to have an excuse to wear this on my belt.
Yeah. So you're saying that wouldn't be passable at Vollen?
Oh, fuck no.
They're known to be pretty strict.
Yes.
So at least they were in the past. I don't know if they still are. Anyway.
And they are also actual fighters.
Yeah, we have them, Albert. There's a lot of these in the shop, so.
Since this is an actual weapon that would murder all of them, I don't think I would allow it, to put it mildly.
No, we asked Osmond to try to make some cups for us that were based on the other ones we have, the earthenware ones that are like fire burned, etc. But those ones, they can't take the microwave, can't take the dishware. It's dishwasher, it's earthenware. So we asked if he could make us a replica, and the only difference that you can tell is because of the white bottom, for the most part. So it's supposed to look like the find, but be more modern. They use functional. But yeah, we have a bunch of them in the shop. We have lots around March. I'll know if we need more or not for this season, but we'll find out. But they are proving to be quite a hit. I live 2 hours drive from Vollen and have plenty of sleeping space. Just saying, says Peruta. Does he have to bring this with him?
Can't bring that with me.
No. You're liking the punching dagger, too. He's over there swinging it.
I think this thing has a functionality that I didn't think about.
What's that? Now he's pointing it at my head, by the way.
It's a sword catcher. If you manage to take a parry and the blade slides into hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, you could and just...
But I have no idea about anything that isn't Western martial arts, so I don't know about the techniques where these were actually used. There has to be some kind of style or doctrine for the use of a weapon, and I would love to know what. I would love to know what the Indian equivalent of Fiore di Libera is.
Yeah, is another name. What is that rocket launcher? Now says Nikki, yeah, it's punch dagger or push dagger, and they called it. This is what Karl got us on.
It's called a Qatar.
A Qatar, an Indian Qatar standard grade. The reason he got me this is because after our trip to the Royal Armories, he found out that I was super attracted to Indian weapons. So I'm dating a Viking.
These ones in specifics.
They're cool. I took so many pictures. Next time you take the pictures. Yeah, Albert, I think these are $349 if I remember correctly, which is half the price of the earthenware ones. So, he was asking Kroner that, by the way, is push dagger like push present? Oh, punch. Yeah, I would say punch is he's spelled. Yeah, we sell PUNCH because punch.
Well, you could push it.
We're at 8 o'clock. You need to go cook your food.
It's probably more efficient.
Yeah. Well, Okay. You're going to shut down my YouTube by stabbing weapons into the camera again.
I don't think so. I don't think YouTube has a problem with a camera stabbing.
Nope. But anyway, here is your mission from Anetta. Go make your snodder. And I get to play with needle binding. Yep. Poor Robert's been waiting. I'm sure the weapons were probably more of his thing too. So, okay, let's see. We'll make a little mess here.
But if anybody finds the instructions on how to fight with the punch dagger,
yeah,
I will use those instructions to teach Karin to actually do it, and you will have a somewhat competent punch dagger user as your host from now on.
We need to have something in the background for Torben to admire while I teach Nalbinding, because you know he's so interested in the Nalbinding. I'm thinking that will do. We'll have that in the background for wait for it, Torben. Okay. We'll teach.
Ooh, that's a bad combination.
What? I'm talking about yarn. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just so you know.
Robert says, well, damn, Karl, I thought about that aspect of them. The grip would give you a great grip leverage as well. Audra is improved. Audra is approving of my picture here, by the way. Oh, yes, then we have to add one more thing for Audra. The blogny.
If you lube up my shaft with your Vaseline,
it's a little party going on here. Which one is the lubricant? That one or that one? It's always at the end. The second half is always funnier than the first half. We just start out the first half with Karl is pooping and we did this week. The weather is nice. I have a little knot in my yard. The second half, that's when the beer starts kicking in. And note, if I sound like I'm joining a man, I've only had about this much wine. That's some pretty potent stuff. I asked her what percentage was the wine, and because it was strong, you could taste it immediately. And she's like, a lot. That was all she said. So she's Audra's the only one that's knowing how much we're probably suffering over here, if you want to use the word suffering. I wouldn't be surprised, as Torben, if you put a pat of Nurk in there. Oh, I'm glad you think I'm young enough to require that. Could be, I have no idea. Anyway, Nikki said, thumb loosing versus... yeah, this question I saw. I just managed to see enough of the Nalbinding window to know what she's talking about here. Or referring to thumb looping versus needle tensioning. What is more acceptable? Or is it more likely that needle tensioning was used historically? We don't know. We have no idea. But most people would understand that there are two different ways to skin this rabbit. Sorry, Raymond, I didn't mean to throw a rabbit under the bus here. But there is a reason I would do it. But the person that you're referring to, who absolutely insists that the thumb is the worst thing since is sacrilege to needle binding, that person is not very flexible in thought. However, she's very capable of doing great work. But she's very Maggie Smith, if you know what I mean. So she's not willing to budge. The reason, and you can be the judge, that I prefer to use my thumb is because I get an even gauge. My rows look even. They're pretty much the same size. There's a little bit of wobbling here and there, for example. But then compare it to the one that refuses to use her thumb, because that's just not the way it was done in those days, and you be the judge. That's all I'm going to say. Those who know, know. Anyway, so this is the Telemark stitch. And if I was going to needle tension, by the way, I would still use my thumb to find everything the way I wanted to, but I would then go afterwards and do that way. But you don't have to use your thumb. There's no reason. And those who don't want to use their thumb don't need to. The reason I prefer to use my thumb is because it makes my gauge even. My stitch sizes look uniform because my thumb, basically, as long as I'm using the same spot on my thumb. But needle tensioning will do that as well, as long as you're using... This needle is fairly consistent. But some needles, they're much more wider up here than they are down here. So if you're tensioning here, you'll get also an uneven tension. But I just can't look at that thing in the background. We need the ocarinas. Let's see. There you go. The ocarinas have spoken. Now the party's complete. Anyway, but that would be the reason I would do it. If I wanted this to be tighter, then, and I still wanted to use this yarn, then I would definitely tension to the needle. Okay, but anyway, but I would still wrap it around my thumb first. I don't know why, it's just... Okay, so I think I was using F2. I should have probably checked that before I did the last stitch. Or was I using F1? Just a moment, I have to check. No, I was doing F1. Yeah, it's only going through one. Okay. But yeah, anyway, you're the one who decides. But no, you are not wrong. I definitely wanted to comment on that. But if I write anything on that person's post, she will immediately take it as an insult and thinks I'm attacking her. But no, I'm just defending that she should not take the fun out of needle binding. Needle binding is supposed to be something that you would want to learn, want to try, and some people find it extremely frustrating, so you don't need to make it worse by lecturing people as to whether they're using their thumb or not. It's a famous debate between me and her. One day we'll meet, and it will be funny. And I think I'm about half her age. But she should get a lot of credit for the work she's done translating Hansen's notations, or writing it down into book form. But that book is not for beginners, because if you don't understand the codes, etc., it's not that easy. And it's also written in Danish and in English on both on the same page. And if you can read Danish, then the English will make much more sense. But you can definitely tell that English is not the first language. But okay, anyway, enough about that. This is the pouch that I was making. I'll show you one more stitch, I think, of the Dalby stitch. By the way, you can also say Telemark, because it's so closely related. So this one is done over the last 3 loops. This is where she was talking about, by the way, that you wouldn't be able to see where the thread passes. But of course you can. If you can't see where the thread is passing by doing this, you just take it off your thumb, have a look, put it back on. It's not rocket surgery. But anyway, so this is your thread loop. This is your thumb loop if you're using your thumb. This is your second loop, and your third loop is back here, is this third one here. So 1, 2, 3, but the third loop you're picking up on this side of that thread, the crossing thread. So F1, so 1 loop from the front. You pick up the second loop. You can put it on your finger if that's easy for you, or just to hold it behind. Pick up that third loop from behind. If you do put it on the finger, that will affect your gauge a little bit, by the way, because you're in essence stretching out the second loop. But then you pick up the third one from behind, like that. Then you go back and you scoop up that second loop, or the third loop, I mean. One thing you want to be aware of is a lot of people, when they try to go back and pick it up, they don't realize they have to hold on to that loop, so they kind of go out and pick it up that way, but then now you've just literally dropped the third loop. So you have to hold on to the third loop, hold it out of the way, then pick up the second loop, or oh my God, I gotta say that again. You wanna, when you pick up this the third loop, sorry, this is the third loop, then you wanna hold it back out of the way and then pick up the second loop like that. And then you go underneath this one and this one like you do with Oslo stitch. So this is the Dalby stitch. If you want to make the Telemark stitch, you go over the working yarn. That's it, that's the only difference. But I'm doing Dalby, so I'm going under the working yarn. Then I can do one more, and then I had an idea of making, maybe instead of just having another drawstring pouch, maybe I'll put a flap on it. Why are you giggling in there?
Because my idiot cat is trying to scream
Oh.
and drink water at the same time.
I thought he caught it. His idiot cat is trying to scream and drink water at the same time, so it sounds like... I thought you were making fun of something I said. Okay, so F1, pick up the second loop, bring it behind, pick up the third loop from behind, then go back and scoop up the second loop, and then under the thumb and under the leader yarn. That's Dalby. But yeah. So I was thinking, what if I wanted to go back and forth and make like a flap? I could either go like a triangle one, Or I could just do one tab that goes forward. I think to make this more simple, maybe I'll just do one tab instead of going back and forth, because sometimes that could be smaller, thinner. You could try to go arrow or triangle-like. But, so this means I will work then at normal speed till I get to the middle of the flat part here. Let's see. Now she's screaming. Aren't you happy, Torben? Thank you. You woke up the minx. I hear Chef Mike is being prepped. Oh, yeah. Chef Mike for the microwave chef. I like that one. What are we going to do in the summer when we don't have any microwave? We just start... We might have to do some cooking in the village.
I mean, all the things now, unless you want to watch me eat lasagna.
Yeah, he says we're running out of things now unless you want to watch him eat microwavable lasagna, but that's not very Norwegian. But the Norwegians love lasagna. We did actually have some village cooking on there, but you have to go back a ways. I think last summer, didn't Anders Hovland make us some food? He made a stew, or was that the summer before? It'll say in the description, though, whichever episode it was. It'll say that Anders is making us stew. We have two Anderses. We have Anders, the former blacksmith, by the way. He just accepted a job at Avaldsnes, which is a little bit more closer to population. But we also have Anders Hovland. That's the one with all the tattoos and the jewelry. Who knows everything about this area that there is to know in history. Let's see. And am I in the middle yet? Pretty close. One more, just for fun. There we go. Okay. So now I would make a chain going that way. So a bunch of unattached ones. However long I want this to go a little bit longer. So now I'm not attaching to the previous row. It's starting to smell snodderish over there. Are you done cooking already? It goes so fast. You grabbed another beer? Are you... Yeah, no, he's been sitting over there in the paper. Zilly has.
He's made a canoe.
Did you grab a second beer, literally?
Yes, but the Spanish one was only 5%. So.
It was a big one for only 5%.
No,
5.4%. That 0.4 has some meaning too.
I'm already too drunk to paint miniatures, so it's going to be a be drunk and play Conan type of day, I think.
Be drunk. Yeah, we will do that. We'll be drunk and play Conan today. Well, I won't be drunk, but you will. Lasagna is wonderful, says Leofsiga. I hope you could create... I'm sure you could create a Norwegian version. What would a Norwegian version of lasagna look like?
Obviously, you use tørrfisk instead of pasta.
Okay, so obviously you would use dry fish instead of pasta. That sounds like... bacalao? No. Not quite.
You're getting close, but you can't use the tomato because it's not Norwegian.
You could nuke bacalao. It's not a microwavable dish, but it is sold ready-made.
Yes, and also the only Norwegian part of that is the main ingredient, the klippfisk.
The most Norwegian thing about bacalao is your mother loved to make it.
Yeah, but it's...
What is bacalao, for those who don't know?
It's a dish where you kind of use klippfisk. Klippfisk is not dried fish. It's extremely salty fish.
Yeah.
Aaron is getting... of the layers of lasagna. So you have klippfisk, potatoes, and tomatoes.
But it is layered like a lasagna, or in baked?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't too far off. What in the hell did I do to my yarn? I think I'm at the... Yeah, that's why I have to...
Do you feel that you want to say something about this Oslo farmhouse beer before I drink it?
Let's see. Go ahead and open it and I'll show it in a minute. Oh my dear, my stash has been severely busted. I made more yarn on my travels and I bought more yarn supplies. So, yeah, no, you'll have something to do at the end of 2026. I won't be the only one. Okay, I think I did enough here. So that would be... Now it's going to shrink when I turn around and go the other way, but that would be the length of the tab, and maybe if I put a button here. So I want to make room for a button. It would be good if I had a button so I could actually see how big to make the hole. I didn't think about that, but we're just going to guess it. And I think I would rather use like a piece of horn, a horn toggle or a bone toggle, I think, instead of a button, because Vikings... Did Vikings have buttons, Carl? No. But they did find some, little round... like Georg has on his cloak, he has these like little button things, but it's not a button per se. It's more like a bell, like a jingle bell kind of thing. On his his coat.
Those are hooks.
They're hooks, okay. So it's not a...
Textiles is your department.
Yeah, I was pretty sure they didn't have buttons, but those things always threw me for a loop, so they might have. Okay, so now I'm going to turn. Actually, I think I want to make a buttonhole like that. So if I leave it big enough for a button to fit through, then maybe I want it just a hair longer. Audra says, I haven't bought any yarn yet this year. You good girl. I am both upset and disappointed with you. I mean, I'm both upset and disappointed and happy with you, I should say. Proud and disappointed. Proud that you haven't bought it, and a little disappointed because I want to see. To be honest, I have not purchased any yarn this year, and I didn't buy too much last year. I did buy, just before the new year, I bought some yarn to make my kids stuff with because I wanted colors I didn't have. Oops, sorry, I smacked the phone. Okay, maybe that's better. There. So if I wrap this around like that. So then I have to kind of count back. So maybe if I wrap this around like this, it has a little bit of stretch to it. So factor that in. Maybe I'll join about there. So I'm doing this the right way? Yeah. So then I will join there. Maybe I'll join with an F2. I think I will, to make it a little bit more of a sturdy joint so it's not all balancing on one stitch. Put the work back on my thumb. Let's see. There. And then the one I stretched out was these two. There we go. Then I'll do my stitch. What the hell? Oh, she's trying to eat your food? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. It's okay to say no to her. There's a reason my cats don't beg for your food normally. There we go. So now I've attached it. Let's see. There. Then I'll just go back to F1 again. So now you can make a loop. And when I get to the end here, or my start point, I have to show off Karl's food. So when I get to here, I will take these two together so it doesn't kind of, otherwise it'll fold out. Maybe I'd even do up to 3 together because I need to compensate for the corner there. This one, and then that one's been done before, but could even go 4. But something so that it doesn't wave out. I have to take them together because the turn is going this way. So you're mitering your edges there a little bit by making it smaller. And then I'll continue around maybe one more to there. And if I decide it needs to be a little bit wider, then I'll do one more row around. But you can do that as much as you wanted to. But you would always have to take in at the corners to compensate for the pleating. Okay, now I enjoy the background. I hope it was as good for you as it was for me. This is what Karl has on his plate. Beef snadder. Oops, that's what beef snadder. Now, does this look like it would in a restaurant or the street kitchen?
Yeah, it's not that far off.
It looks interesting. Okay, so...
Did Torben never come back to you with what the difference is between sogna snadder and beef snadder?
Oh, yeah, no, I should check. I'm horrible at chat today. Let's see. We'll just focus on your lap there. And I'll catch up. There's quite a bit in chat here. Ooh, Nikki bought the Aurora-colored Malabrigo hanks for spinning. Those are so pretty. The color yarn for Malabrigo that looks like Northern Lights is called Chameleon. Oops, sorry, I'm burping. It was in Auckland, so I went to the actual store instead of getting it shipped to my house. Oh, nice. The beautiful Yarmly Dreams, says Lefsiga. The worst part, says Max, is oh wait, no, but it's further up. There's some more conversation to that. Okay, Annetta says, one of the best lasagnas I ever made was zucchini. You slice the zucchini lengthwise and substitute it for the noodles. I've had that, actually. It's not bad at all. It's actually good. Sorry, I'm burping like mad now. I don't know why. It must be the coffee. It's definitely not the wine. There we go. Let's see. You'd think I would learn. I have to turn the thing. You think I would learn? No. I keep plugging in the gimbal and forgetting to turn in the battery. Sorry, and thanks for hanging on in there.
Professional YouTubers.
We are professional YouTubers. Yes, nothing but the best here. 2020 equipment. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll focus on your beef snodder there for a minute. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot to plug in. Why are we looking at the light? We should be looking at Karl's lap. There it is. Nothing but professionalism here. Is there a reason their beef snodder is in your lap? What were we mentioning just before? I have to reload my...
If there was a difference between Sogna Snodder and beef.
If there was a difference between Sogna Snodder. Sogna is the area, part of area you're from.
Yeah. Because if you buy it at a hotel in Sogndal, it's called Sogna Snodder.
Yeah. I have to reload my... Oh, it says my internet connection, of course. I have to reload my YouTube so I can catch up on chat here. Hopefully it didn't go... It keeps the history. If not, Torben has to write it in there again. Okay. Now we're back. Some chicks never learn, says Torben. Yeah, no, I'll learn. We're still... Maybe we should stop staring at your snodder and stare at your... oops. Your face. You're looking very happy there with your farmhouse ale. Karl needs a microphone. Yes, he does. It's probably because... I have to turn the phone around. If I remember correctly... We have to be on this side of the phone for it to hear you. That's why I've been repeating a little bit of what you say. Okay. I will look for the snodder comment. Karl is having a farmhouse Norwegian ale. I have no idea. We just had to try it because it says farmhouse. It's backwards, but farmhouse. Is there a difference between farmhouse Norwegian and ale and regular?
This one is actually pretty good. I was skeptical of the Oslo brewery because you remember the Pride Bear they had?
Yeah, this Mark has had quite a few different ones. This Oslo one, or it looks like Ursler. You can use the line over the O's instead of 2 dots. At least in Swedish you can. I don't know about Norwegian, but it's not. I don't know. So.
No, their Pride Bear was so bad that I'm insulted.
Yes, I think you spit it out.
I'm insulted on behalf of gay people.
I would be too,
that
yeah.
Bear would scare you straight.
Is that what your family says? You've got to... Okay. You have some representation, so I'm just kind of wondering what they would think.
I don't think they would drink this.
No.
I can't imagine.
No.
I can't imagine a living, breathing human being with taste buds would drink this.
It says, we're a Norwegian... about Oslo Brewing Company. Or is it Oslo? We're a Norwegian brewing company started by friends to celebrate the energy and evolution of Oslo. Squeezed perfectly between the fjord and the forest, our city provides infinite possibilities for good living and feeling alive. This beer is our contribution to the city we're so passionate about. Enjoy, Oslo.
This one is actually pretty good. It smells like nothing and it tastes like everything.
Okay,
It has a little bit of a metallic taste I don't like, but it's...
Oh, I like this. Okay. About this beer, brewed with 100% Norwegian malts and infused with juniper, this farmhouse ale balances rustic character with a light citrusy brightness. Fermented warm with Voss Kveist yeast. Voss is just not too far from here. It's a lot closer to here than Oslo. It's only 40 minutes away. It delivers a dry, full-bodied finish and soft herbal complexity.
But, if there is any citrus in this, it is so little. It's completely unoffensive. I can barely
taste... With a light citrusy brightness, it says.
I can barely taste the juniper.
Yeah? The thing I liked is this, best enjoyed with pittipanna and lapskaus. That we can find, pittipanna or lapskaus, we can find those microwaveable.
Yeah, but pittipanna, you just fry it in a pan.
But what does pittipanna?
It just means...
Shit in the pan. It's kind of what it means.
Puddle in a pan.
Yeah.
It would be a direct translation.
Yeah.
But it's pieces of potato, pieces of meat, pieces of carrot.
Ooh, Nikki sent me a link for amber buttons. Okay, from 4,000 years ago. I've had this conversation with Hovland about the buttons, by the way. I think there is, but it's not too common. Anyway, yes, and lapskaus. What is lapskaus?
Stew.
Stew, but what does just...
Usually a little bit more liquidy than your typical American stew.
Well, the one I make is technically a lapskaus, or it used to be a lapskaus, but then I cut things so the potatoes are a lot bigger than they're supposed to be in the...
But you have different versions of this all over Norway, and there isn't really a fixed recipe. It's whatever you have lying around.
Pitti panna, says Torben, equals leftovers. Yeah, but it is not a casserole like the Minnesotans do, where we just throw all the leftovers in a pot with some cream of mushroom soup.
They generally have it in the frozen section in shops. And from my family, when I was a kid, it was always traveling food. When we are going somewhere, we just buy one of these frozen bags, and then whether it's the primus on a boat or an open campfire in the mountains, you just put it in a pan and you heat it up and you eat it. It's...
Oh, I'm sorry, you have to... Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's exactly what... Sometimes they put an egg with pitti panna, by the way.
Yeah, you can add whatever you like to it. Doesn't matter.
Fried egg. There was... Albert's asking when we forgot to plug in the phone, so the battery died. Albert says buffering, and Ink Journey says, yes, she's using the Elder Wand.
We are incapable of learning.
We're incapable of learning. That is, anyway, Love Siga says, that's what I tell myself. Think love and healing in at the injury patients. Oh, that's something else. That's in reply to a previous comment further up. Oh, injuries, yeah.
Can I eat this now? Or
you can eat it now. We've been staring
at it.
No, we're done admiring it. It looks better than airplane food.
Do you want some?
No, I've got some more. I got food later for myself. So that's why we only bought the one. I have to go back up now and see Torben. If he doesn't say anything about it, I'm going to be so upset.
I see mushrooms and I see meat.
But do you see the onions?
Potatoes.
Yeah. And
pretty sure they're there, but I can't see them.
Put your sleeve in it. Ew. Torben says farm ale uses more potent yeast meant for temperatures around 18 degrees. And he would know because he's a farmer. Would you stop putting your sleeve in the food?
Maybe. If you ask nicely.
Speaking from the person who tries to wash that. How's it taste?
It's good, but it is still microwave food.
It is. Okay, better or worse than airplane food?
Have I eaten any airplane food? Like,
yeah, when we went to the United States, you get a meal on a plane.
Yeah, but what the hell was that? It's completely...
It was that memorable. No, I don't know what it was.
I think it was like chicken. A frozen lasagna or something.
Yeah, there was different ones. Sometimes it's like a chicken thing with... Anyway, better or worse than hospital food? You did actually spend some time in a hospital when you were much, much younger.
Well, I wasn't that much younger. I spent a big chunk of the spring and summer of '97 in a hospital.
Yeah. Okay, so about the same. That I'm glad you think that wasn't long ago. That's 28 years ago. That's when I came to Norway.
Yeah, but I wasn't 29. Young. I was still a grown-up at that time.
Yeah. Do you want to tell that story? Or is that for another day? Because it's a long one.
Yeah, it's not really that long. It's just that my lungs keep exploding.
Yeah. Let's see. But they haven't exploded in a long time, so that's good.
I don't think they can explode anymore because everything that can go wrong has gone wrong and I've fixed it.
Katie Erickson says, very limited resources up here, northern Minnesota, but Carla cannot have your food. Keep her nose out of that. Very limited resources up here, but I managed to get my hands on gray Rasta with blue undertones. Rasta is a Malabrigo as well. There was, my mom's friend had a shop in Superior, Wisconsin called Fabric Works, but she retired the business probably about 10 years ago now. And you could get Malabrigo there. That's where I first learned about Malabrigo yarn. And then I know there's some shops in the cities, or Minneapolis, St. Paul area. But there should still be a couple of new ones. I think there's one also up the shore, Hibbing maybe. I forget what the name of it is, but there was one up there that Kassebergs owned. Oh my gosh, we're getting into the... I used to go to school with Kasseberg. She was 1 year older than me in my older brother's class. Mariana Kasseberg, I think. Anyway, and her mother had a yarn shop that was a bit up the shore a bit from Duluth. Now we're getting local. Anyway, but she had some really beautiful yarn too, and there might be one at Mount Royal in Duluth.
So I'm assuming she was your bestest friend at school.
She wasn't in my class. She was in my brother's class. But that was at Cathedral, which is now called Marshall, and I ended up going to a public school after that. Did not... Okay, there we go. Torben said, Sognesnadder is the same as beef snodder. The restaurant at Sogndal Hotel made it up. Is that true? I didn't know that. So beef snodder comes from Sogndal Hotel?
No, that's not what they said.
No? Okay. What does he say? Oh, because it's called Sognesnadder. It's actually called
What he is saying is that they're selling this, and they're just calling it something different.
Because they used paprika or something instead of...
No, he said it's the same, so they're not changing anything. Changing the name and nothing else.
They made it up. Okay, so that was... I was hoping for some more in-depth on the Sogndal thing. I thought, okay, there we go. Pittibon equals leftovers. Then he wrote something that he removed and said, if you put your sleeve in it, you need Vaseline. I'm a little slow on the uptake, but that... he said the name. They made up the name Sognesnadder. Okay. The Vaseline and weapons are a new career performing Jewish breeze for Vikings. Let's see. Audra says, back to buttons. If they had buttons 4,000 years ago, why would they have them? Why wouldn't they? Couldn't they have them 1,000 years ago? I think it's just the way the Viking...
There's a lot of things that come and disappear in history.
Yeah?
So, just to take my favorite example. In the...
Drums.
When the Romans invaded Britain, it's much colder than they are used to. So they immediately invent central heating for their houses. So you have a coal-fired stove outside of the house that leads hot air in through under the roof through your house. So the Romans had central heating maybe 800 years before the Viking Age. But nobody had it in the Viking Age.
No.
Because the knowledge got lost or the culture just bent in a different direction.
Let's see, I miss desktop messenger. There, Audra had sent buttons. Okay, this I have to show. Let's see there. Oh, that's not looking at my computer screen. Paul, nothing but professionalism here. 4,000-year-old buttons. Wow. This is a little video. Can we play that? She sent me a virus. No, I'm just kidding. I turned down the sound, but they're amber. Amber, everybody think, a lot of people will think that amber only comes in this like reddish tone, but they come anywhere from reddish to orange to solid looking yellow. And of course brown. Those are quite cool. Okay, so those are yeah, I don't know if I've seen buttons quite like that, but I've seen toggle buttons on things. But anyway, it's just, I think, going back and forth on that one. Let's see if I go back one. Thought there was another one, but maybe it was just that one. Albert Druitt sent a photo as well. Oh, that's his battle jacket for those who wanted to see. He got new patches. It's, yeah, this is the correct way. See, he's got the Heilung one on there. And Vardruna. Oh, that's me sending a picture of wrist warmers. There in the back. Oh, he's got Vardruna full on in the back. Einar Selvik would be proud. Okay. So, Karl cleaned the plate. And as Liga would say, you actually do eat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to tell that story? Because Karl's so skinny.
I had worked with Liga, our Polish coworker, Lithuanian coworker, for 2 years before she finally sees me eat something. And then she walks into the Freeman room that was then one of the containers behind the fence in the Viking village. Just as the microwave is done with some kind of
Latvian, yeah.
pasta dish that I'm eating. So it goes pling, I bend over to pick it up, and Liga is standing in the doorway pointing at me and saying, "Ha! So that's how you eat."
One of my favorite things, this is another reason I knew Karl liked me. He cooked for me.
Probably the same dish as Liga caught me eating, by the way.
Probably, yeah. It was just a microwavable pasta thing. Carbonara, I think it's called.
There are two microwavable pastas. Our shop, that's one of the things that blows my mind every time I go to Voss.
Yeah.
It's how much more selection they have in microwavables.
Yeah. Because they have a little bit more audience.
Because they only had two down here. Pasta with meat and pasta with salmon.
Yeah.
And it was probably the meat kind in both cases.
Yeah. Let's see, I just did my join here. On. So what do you think? You like the farmhouse ale? That one's a winner?
It's not Belgian quality, but for a Norwegian experimental beer, it scores very highly.
Okay, so would you buy it again, or only if the Belgian and the Lithuanian beer was sold out?
I would possibly buy this again. It's not horrible, but there are better alternatives close to it, to put it like that.
Yeah.
So, Bøvelen is one of my all-time favorites.
The Bøvelen is a Norwegian one of a Belgian, Norwegian version of a Belgian beer.
The thing that bothers me with it is that it comes in enormously big bottles.
Ooh, that's a good question.
So I can only drink it on the day when I have a day off, and I have another day off immediately afterwards.
Torben says, I wouldn't eat it, Karin. I've seen him make food. I was thinner, and then I was losing weight when I started dating him, and then suddenly I gained weight. When I started gaining weight and got this size, it's because I started cooking.
Me and Torben had cooking as an actual subject when we went to the
Did you?
Teachers Academy.
Sogna story.
And we have, the teacher kind of gives us assignments. Make this. And then we find the recipe with this, we buy the ingredients, we make them, and we make the food. And we made fish tacos. And all the other ones are going, okay, I chose this ingredient because it was a little bit cheaper. I chose this ingredient because it was better, blah, blah, blah. And when we serve the food, and I get to basically explain what we have done, I said, okay, this is horrible, but can you please give us a 10 minutes head start so the other people who have to eat this shit doesn't catch up with us? I don't know what we did wrong. That's the thing. But
Torben says, the famous burrito with fish.
It tasted so bad.
It's a fish taco. Yeah?
It tasted...
Or a fish
imagine
burrito?
If you know the Norwegian mackerel tomat?
Yeah, mackerel and tomato sauce. Yeah.
Imagine that
otherwise known as airplane crash.
Imagine that you take one of those, put it in the fire until it explodes, and then you scrape it out and serve it with tin foil. That's what it tasted like.
PJ's here. Sorry I'm late. I was drawing a skull and lost track of time. We're dragging on like normal. You're fine. You missed out the beef snotter microwavable food, but hey, it stays up. And you missed Karl's unboxing. Okay, well, let's start with mine. Just a quick recap. He bought me this punch dagger because of all the ones I've been looking at. I was taking pictures of at the Royal Armoury Museum. So some cabbage will die. It just might not be in the Viking village because this is not Viking. But anyway, so it was an Indian Qatar, they called it.
Yeah.
And this goes on. I mean, this fits like a glove, this thing. And then, now wait for it, PJ. He got himself, what's it called? A bollocks dagger?
Yep.
But you be the judge as to how it got that name. And he wants to kill cabbage with this thing too, by the way. So again, we'll have to find some time outside the Viking village this summer to kill some cabbage.
I don't. The cabbage thing is mostly for cutting weapons. This is a stabbing weapon.
PJ says, nice, totally illegal in the UK though. Yeah, how in the hell did you get this into Norway? This one.
We are not,
I would have thought the stiletto would not have been...
We are not completely UK levels yet.
No?
And I buy it from America, and Americans really don't care.
No, the Americans don't care.
And the Norwegian government, the first time we have a casualty with one of these, that will become illegal. But the Norwegian government isn't proactive about making things illegal.
Yeah.
So somebody has to murder somebody with one of these, and then all of a sudden it
then
will
it's
become
suddenly,
like a
okay.
huge societal problem. But until that happens, it's pretty fine.
And then by strange coincidence, PJ said I was reading about those ball daggers yesterday. You can't stab melons with it, says Leopsy. Now we have to. Okay, so melons, not in the Viking village, because but we're gonna have...
Of course, I can't stab anything with it.
We're gonna have to buy some melons and stab it.
It's just that for the purpose of filming use of weapons, cutting is a lot more satisfying.
I'm gonna want to eat the melons though. I don't think we can't feed them to the sheep because melons in a Viking village don't quite work. But I don't think we had any melons in the anyway. But if we clean it up nicely and then you stab the watermelon or something, or
what's the point? It's not spectacular at all. You just see me make a hole in it.
It's fun watching you try to make a hole in it with weird looking objects.
This is. Look at this thing.
And I must be in the village, says Outer, when we do it.
Does anybody think there is even a slight chance that this wouldn't go straight through a melon?
So, but what if you wanted to try to slash it or, twist the dagger? Yeah.
Twisting it, no problem. Slashing it, this doesn't really have an edge.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like it's not like we're doubting its capabilities. We just have to see you do it. Because watching Karl enthusiastically stab a melon would be funny.
Enthusiastically lying on top of a fully plated knight, looking for his little eye slits, and enthusiastically doing this.
Wait, and if Leofsiga says once you remove the dagger, you can fill it with cheap liquor. Now that Audra has to be here for that one. I like that idea, says Nikki. No, game on.
Oh, this thing is so much cooler than I thought.
That's what you missed. Anyway.
I'm so happy with this purchase.
I've got a Nalbinding update here now. Okay.
I just hope you like your punching dagger as well.
As long as I don't break my wrist doing it, yeah. It'll be fun.
Maybe Osman can find some Indian guy who knows how to use these guys.
Oh yeah, he definitely could. I've got emails I got to open up too. I haven't been back at work long enough. No, we just had 2 days off.
And we can maybe trick Toril into thinking it is super important for Karin's Viking knowledge to know how to use a punch dagger. So we can get her to pay the traveling expenses for the Indian guy.
There you go. We could do that. Okay, so this is what we were doing. You can see I have like a little hole there where the roller went around like this. Then I skipped some stitches and came back for a buttonhole. Whoop, there, I'm leaning on the gimbal and it's falling over. And then Karl's definitely on the other end of the alcohol perspective. Came back this way and then connected, but there's always going to be a little gap here. I connected with 2 stitches and then thought with 2 loops, and then I thought I'd connect with 2 loops there more because this will happen if you don't. It'll start doing this bending thing there to keep it flat, but I will probably go in and just weave that shut a little bit because it bugs me that's open up. Now I can choose to go around one more time if I want this to be a little wider, which I might. If I do, I will have to decrease here maybe once or twice. And I will have to increase. Otherwise, this is going to start bowing in like it kind of wants to now. Right now, it will press flat. But if I want to keep this flat, I would have to increase maybe here, and there. And then it would, enough times to keep it flat anyway. So I might go one more round, or maybe I just call it quits. I think it's actually okay. And it'll look like that. And I obviously can't tell where the center is, but if we move the button over, maybe they'll think it's like an artistic thing. If we do this, it'll be like a button closure with some attitude or something. Anyway, it's meant to be a little phone bag to hide. But that was the This is the Dalby stitch. Anyway, we can do one more. I'm doing a little bit beyond because when around the edge here, because when I decrease these, it'll kind of like make a couple of them disappear. But yeah, loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. I'm connecting with F1, but you can do whatever you want. Pick up the second loop, lift it behind the third loop, scoop the third loop from behind, then go back and pick up the second loop, and then under the thumb loop and under the leader yarn. That is Dalby. Going over the leader yarn is Telemark, and it just makes a bit more of a ridge. And then I'll show you another thing here too, how I end a project sometimes, because a lot of people want it to be smooth. It won't. There'll always be a little bit of a jog. But one way I do that, count the loops back. It's a kind of dark yarn, so it's hard to see. There's loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. I think I'm going to go one more just for fun. 4. So the fourth loop back, you grab it from this end and pull up to make that stitch tight. Now you go to the third loop, pull that one upwards, and that'll close the previous loop. Then the second loop, same thing, pull up and that'll close the third one. And then the first loop, pull up and that'll close the first loop, or the second loop. And then you pull on the leader yarn and that'll close the first loop. And you have kind of a smoother ending there. It'll still be a little bit of a jog, but that's how I've been ending projects. And then I just kind of weave this one in a bit. And then it's done. My off-center, but no, it's not off-center. It's intentional. It'll have an attitude. Otherwise, it would look like that. Maybe that wouldn't be too bad either. But there's my Teal project with the Stitch of the Month. Let's see, I'll turn this back onto Karl over here because he's getting rosier by the minute. And happier. And then I'll catch up a bit. Excellent. Gun and melons and dagger. Definitely will need some photos and a video. Gin, not gun, sorry. Gin and melons and a dagger. Definitely going to need photos of that video. We'll have to invite Torben for the occasion. He's the gin drinker. Sio Garcia. Suddenly he says, Leofsiga, I might need to get one of those daggers. I sold my helms, but I'm certain I can't find one. I have an idea, probably a bad idea, and a very best one. Yeah, the gun, or gin and melons and a dagger. Nikki said I used the knot in tail trick only after adding yarn to the wrong yesterday. Yeah, I sometimes I will do that, sometimes I don't, but yeah.
I probably lost the context here, but somebody sold their helmet.
Sold
to buy gin daggers on the helmet.
I sold my helms, but I am certain I can find one. And then I have an idea, probably a bad idea. But I don't know, it's just part of the conversation. Tonight's experiment, says Torben, gin and julebruis. Oh my god. Explain julebruis quickly.
It's because the Norwegian brewing company is always my Christmas beer. It occurred to them at some point that you have a whole untapped reservoir of people, kids, that can't drink the Christmas beer. So how about you make a special Christmas soda pop?
Yeah. Soda pop. I haven't heard it called that since like...
Isn't that what people call it in your neck of the woods?
It started out as a soda pop back in, the 60s? Some will still call it that. In my neck of the woods, they call it pop. I had to teach. I was working in the hotel industry at a bakery, and we'd have so many people from all over the United States coming and staying at the hotel and ordering from the bakery. They were here for the hockey tournaments. And if I said, pop, do you want a pop? They were like, yeah, you want a pop? And no. So I had to learn to force myself to say soda.
One kind of funny thing with julebruis is that each brewery's Christmas brews, or
Christmas soda, yeah.
It's the same every year, and people are super nostalgic about their particular brewery, local breweries type of Christmas soda. So one girl I was with earlier was from Trøndelag.
Yeah.
And when she discovered that she could get the Trøndelag brewery's Christmas soda in Sogndal, she just bought all of it. because people have a nostalgic relationship to what they basically drank during Christmas when they were kids.
Well, you could have something called a vodka Russian, which is a Russian like soda. It's like a pink soda, and vodka.
Isn't vodka Russian redundant?
Okay. Anyway, vodka Russian, and I think it's spelled Ruschien or something like that. Anyway,
that's obviously the Telemark family of drinks.
Okay. Anyway, but that's a very berry flavored soda that you're adding it to. It's like a Schweppes thing. Anyway, but if you can do that, then I would think vodka and Julebruce would be good. But now, what about gin?
But gin is very different.
You can do a gin and soda, gin and tonic. I don't know if you could do a gin Russian, but would you be able to do a gin?
Gin, the way it tastes,
could be good.
If you drink it straight, it's like chewing on a juniper bush.
Oh, Karin says, Roger, in West Coast, it's called soda. Those people we know from Kansas call it pop. Yeah, it is. I thought it was everywhere else but upper Midwest anyway, then we would call it. Kansas and probably more north than that, in the middle of the United States, we call it pop. I would think anyway, but we get the Californians over there like, pop. Anyway, so yeah, another one was couch. The couch, actually that one I think is less of an issue than the soda one, but we'd call it sofa. I had to say sofa. They didn't like the word couch for some reason. And then we have the posh people that call it a Davenport. We're sitting on the Davenport. But no, it's a couch and it's a pop. But no, it's a sofa and it's a soda.
Okay.
It's hard to be an American. Jennifer Miller's laughing. She gets it. Okay, she's in Kentucky. It's all Coke. Oh no, that's what I learned in Mexico. If you want to get a tab, they're like, "What kind of Coke?" Or if you get a Coke, you order a Coke, and they say, "What kind of do you want?" Like, well, isn't it just Coke? No, there's Pepsi, and there's Tab, and there's Cola, Coca-Cola. It's hard to be an American. Do you have stuff like this in Norway? No, where you have like one name, you call it one thing. Okay. In the reason I knew this one actually was because I learned Swedish first, and it is called a kudde. A pillow is called a kudde, but in Norwegian it's called a pute, but yes. Which not to be confused with the Spanish pute. Anyway, but when you went up north, when the further north I got, they were actually I started hearing it called a kudde again.
In Norway?
In northern Norway, yeah.
Those people are retarded.
Okay, I'm sorry, Heidi. She was living up there or out, or no, they're in the middle of Norway.
Middle
okay,
Norway.
I would say mid-Norway, but where it's skinnier and gets more closer to Sweden.
These are the crazy people living further north.
I'm sorry.
They don't know what the sun is.
The best cola, says Torben, is Norns Cola from Bergen. Do you know that one?
No, I don't think so.
In the U.S., one country is separated by a million linguistic variants. In Norway, it's the mountains that changed it, the dialects, because it took a long time for you guys to meet each other and realize, hey, it's not pow, it's not po, it's pow. And
no, but the Norwegian dialect differences are much bigger than the American.
Yeah, but like I said, I blame the mountains because
if you take a guy from Miami and you're rubbing against a guy from Seattle, they will understand each other perfectly fine.
Yeah. They will. They just might laugh at the way we pronounce it.
If you take a guy from Mandal and rubbing against somebody from Trøndelag, you probably end up with a murder.
In Sogndal, we say kodda. Ha! In your face. It's a kodda.
Well, I just said that only retarded people use that word, so...
I'm sorry. Apparently, Karl's not feeling the Norwegian vibe today. No, but it's good to know that you're not only ripping on the Dutch or... Today you're picking on Norwegians.
Norwegian compared to English is very often kind of we use fewer words. So if something can be summarized in one word, we don't really. If something is similar but not identical, we just use the same word anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So in English you have trip, voyage, journey, blah 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 blah. In Norway, you have tur. That's it.
Leofsiga says, this is a lot of guys rubbing against each other. And then Torben says, I will hereby sick Lasse B at you, Karl. Explain Lasse B. Lasse B.
Lasse
Lasse is a guy's name, by the way.
Lasse Børdal
Not Lassie,
is
that's
his
a
name.
female.
He is an actual, honest to God, descendant of the executioner in Sogndal. He looks like the toughest guy you'd ever seen. Powerful build, long blonde hair. He looks like
Scandinavian?
Archetypical Norwegian death metal guy.
Yeah.
And then he speaks.
And
it sounds like this. Hei, jeg heter Lasse Børdal. Jeg drikker ikke øl, jeg drikker cider.
I don't drink beer, I drink Hi, my name is Lasse Børdal, and I don't drink beer, I drink cider.
But he is also very strong and he likes to fight.
Yeah, you probably don't want to pick a fight with him, Karl. Does he watch your YouTube?
I would be very, very surprised if he did.
I did tag you.
But I get along with him pretty well.
Yeah.
But the trick is to not provoke him.
Like that, you mean?
One of the most incredible things I've ever seen. It was closing hour at the Meieria.
Yeah.
And when they close, they wait a little bit so people have
like
time.
Mike Tyson says, Jennifer.
So people have time to basically finish their drinks. Then they turn the lights on.
Yeah.
And then they wait a little bit more. And then I come around with the bucket and collect all the drinks. And Lasse is sitting there talking to a girl. And he's holding his drink out like this.
Yeah.
And he has not entirely given up on this evening. So when the people with the bucket come around and they just kind of take the drink out of his hand and put it into the bucket, he just flips.
Okay.
And in the next 2 minutes, he knows enough. He has enough self-control to not punch or aggressively hurt the people that are guarding this drinking establishment. But he had collected all of them and put them in the same coach. So he just goes... It was the most bizarre thing.
I'm weaving my end in, but I'm going to work it over here and close that hole shut because it bugs me. Roger says Norway needs a linguistic law to add a space character between compound words Gud and then Vangen, for example. Because Gudvangen, which is the village we live in, it means the way of the gods, basically, or the path of the god.
No, the
valley, not the valley of the god.
I don't like that translation either, but what Karin calls it is the meeting place of the gods. Vangen.
But Vang is the word I'm not sure of.
The spice.
Yeah.
So when you say Kirkevangen, you mean the place outside of the church where people drink coffee and hang around after the church services.
Okay, so that's where he's getting that. Yeah.
So it's a meeting place in that context.
Okay. So obviously...
But you can also call a farm, for instance, Vangen. Because, well, it's a flat space where people can occasionally stop and talk.
Because, okay, so if you split the word Gudvangen, Gud would be the god, would be just God. And then Vang is the one that we're talking about, the meeting place or the way or the valley, however you want to translate that. And the en on the end of it means it's the. Yeah. It would be en or et on the end of a word means is an article that means the.
These are...
Carla is mowing and torturing my kid.
These are actual names. So splitting them up doesn't really make any sense.
No, but Norway loves their compound words. It's just...
yes, but the compound word in the name.
Yeah.
So, take the former governor of California, for instance. Arnold...
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Arnold Black Negro. You don't call him Arnold Black Negro.
No.
You call him Arnold Schwarzenegger because it's a name.
I never really thought about his name, actually, but it's Austrian.
Yes.
Karl, yeah. Is Vangen like entryway is what Nikki's asking.
No, I don't think so. I think
and then Roger takes it one step further. Volkswagen, as in Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Not Vangen, yeah. That's also...
so my last name, for instance, is Ordal.
Yeah.
Dal means valley. or either means small river or a bunch of particular type of trees. So my last name could be split into two with or Dal, but having a last name split into two would make it very hard to have a passport.
Yes. But there's a lot. Okay, so but the names, now you're getting to the names. Okay. Mine is, my last name is not my birth last name, as my previous marriage. Biom, which means Biom, or of the city, of the town, yeah. But then you'll have, this is very common in northern Minnesota, so Katie will get this one. Berg, if it has Berg on the end of the name, it's Berg, that means.
Mountain or
Yeah.
Danish for mountain.
And another one is, if it's Swedish, it would be S-O-N on the end. If it's Norwegian, it would typically be S-E-N on the end, and that would be referring to son. And then, of course, if there's a few that you could get, if it's this dotter, D-O-T-T-I-R, that would be daughter.
Just in connection with the modern censuses that you have actual surnames.
Yeah.
Before that, people didn't really care unless people were in the
Norwegian language could be easier. He writes with one. It's like a hashtag.
Unless people were in a noble or royal family.
Yeah.
And even then, it doesn't really matter that much because
I'm happy
we know that you have like the Tudors and the Plantagenets and so on the English throne. But if you are talking about the King of England, England is kind of like his surname.
Yeah.
You don't really need to know that they are of the House of Windsor or Tudor or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But when it comes to normal people, what would mostly fill in the blank of the surname is the name of the place they are living. So the name of their farm. So when you started using static, fixed surnames, in Norway's case, I believe that is in the 1780s or 90s.
Yeah.
People just kind of got fixed with the name of the farm their family or their people had at that time. So Årdal for me is because if you go back to 790, my ancestors had the farm called Årdal. Biom, in your case,
yes,
is what probably happened is that you have somewhere outside of the city of Oslo, where you have two guys named, I'm just pulling a name out of my butt here, but let's say Olav. One of these guys is called Olav, whatever the farm he is living at is named. So, Olav Torp. The other one is also an Olav, but he is originally from the city. So let's say that just to make it more complicated, that he lives on the same farm as Olav Torp. So to distinguish him, you call him Olav from the city, Olav Biom.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then that gets stuck as his last name, and every one of his descendants from then on are Bioms, because their father, grandfather, great-grandfather is Olav from the city. In Norway, you very rarely have occupations as last names.
Oh, I see we're spiraling here.
It's very common in England and by extension in America and Germany. So names like Schmidt in Germany is blacksmith, or Thatcher, or those sorts of names are names of occupation.
Smed in Norwegian, yeah.
Yeah, but you very rarely have those in
If
Norwegian.
you have a S-M-E-D on the end of your name.
Very rarely. It's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
Not completely, but almost.
Another one is S-T-E-D, which is the place.
Yeah.
Like Homestead is... Homestead, yeah, that's another one. So home would be what? H-O-L-M. Would that be home, or would that be of something else? H-O-L-M. Home.
Holm would be a small island.
Yeah, and then stead is place. S-T-E-D. So homestead would be the small island place, or the place of the...
Small island place. If somebody has the last name Holmsted, it means they are from the small island place.
Let's see. There's some other ones here. Albert says Norway has nothing on German when it comes to compound words. Oh God, no. Farfignugan me.
That's kind of what year was that? Back in the 90s at some point. I went on a school trip to Berlin, and I don't speak any German. But still, drunk me wants to buy a sausage of one of these German food carts that you have all over the place in Berlin.
Yeah.
And I look up to the sign above the guy selling, and it is like it's words with like 40 letters.
Oh yeah.
So I just go, okay, I have no chance of pronouncing this anywhere close to correctly. So I just chose the shortest one, and that turned out to be something like Knacken, Bracken, Fradukenwurst.
Yeah.
He looks at me very confusedly and gives me a sausage that contained basically everything.
Katie says it correctly. A lot of Swedish, Norwegian, and German names appear. Yeah. The German one and Polish one, people would not have thought of Minnesota as having a German and Polish names, because my family background is actually Polish, but Minnesotan. But because the Scandinavians were up north, but the Germans and the Polish came in the Minneapolis area and then started moving up north. So we have quite a bit of representation there. PJ said my last name is either... I should say PJ Lightning says my last name means either candle maker or a person from a place called Leighton, or Leighton as we'd probably pronounce it here, Leighton. Roger says has a cultural bias. AI has a cultural bias. The name Bium likely originates from India, related to the Sanskrit name of Vyum with a Vi or Vi with a VIY. Meaning the sky or space, with variations like BIYOM in Bengali. Okay, I've seen BIYOM, but that's definitely... Okay, well then AI needs to learn a thing or two.
I would be very surprised if that is the case in this particular case.
BIYOM maybe, but no, BOM. It's BY and then OM means of or about. And then PJ says, I just read that a possible origin has to do with the making of gin. Oh. Torben and his Bombay, what is it, Sapphire over there would be very proud of that. Torben's the gin drinker. Albert says his Norwegian last name is... my Norwegian last name is a farm name. Yeah, because there are a lot of them will pick up the names from the farm.
Yeah, that is...
His last name is Druet, by the way. Druet.
I think it is particularly funny what happened to the Dutch in this particular case.
Okay.
Because they don't have to have last names until they are invaded by Napoleon.
Okay.
But the French want good censuses so they can collect taxes. This is in
Holy crap, that wine packs a punch.
18 times. And the Dutch really don't see the point of this newfangled modern last name business that the French are trying to impose on them.
Yeah.
So when they go to the census and they're asked for their surname, a lot of them just make shit up.
Yeah.
So you have families in the Netherlands today whose last name is things like Holy Pants or Pants Button, because they just don't really care for the French, so they just say whatever strikes their mind when they're standing in front of the census office.
I like that. Roger says you can tell who is writing for AI based on bias. Albert says the Druid name is my main last name. My main last name is from England, but my Norwegian last name is Huseber. Okay, that makes more sense. That's right. I forgot he's got he's also dual. He's got family in England as well. Let's see. Torben says you also find examples of two brothers with the same first name and living on the same farm. This is actually very interesting. Then you would call them big and small, like Storiens and Veslejens.
Yep.
Yeah.
I pointed out Flister to you when we've driven past it.
Yeah.
There are like 7 houses in this little nook of Norway.
Yeah.
My mother's family was originally from there. And for a while, every man who lived in that particular little nook was called Hans as his first name.
Yeah.
So you had Store Hans, Big Hans. Lilla Hans, small Hans. Starka Hans, who could lift his boat and carry it around.
Yeah.
And Skula Hans, who was a teacher. And I think there was like 3 more.
So why?
Oh, there was also one guy called Silke Hans.
This.
Silk Hans, because he was kind of fancy. And he just bought expensive stuff. It's...
So why would you have more than one person with the same name and you know, like if I have twins, 2 girls, why would I give them both the same name?
It's
what is the reason for that?
A little bit of stupidity, but it's also you have very high child mortality. This is back in the days of tuberculosis.
Yeah.
And you might think that, okay, in my family, as far back as I can see, it has been every second time. Look at the Danish royal family, for instance. You have Frederick, you have Christian. You have Frederick, you have Christian. And as far back as you can see, this line is unbroken. But then you have sons, and you go, okay, I don't think all of these guys are going to grow up. And it is very important to me that the guy who inherits the farm has the same name as my father.
Yeah.
So say I'm Olav, and my father was Hans, and I want this farm to go on to a Hans, and I have 3 sons. Fuck it, let's just call all 3 of them Hans.
No, actually, I heard about that. That was another reason as to why they would also have several children, like not just 2 or 3, but like 8 to 10.
Yeah,
in some case 14.
You see that in every society with high child mortality, so that's not really surprising.
No.
The thing is that this generation lives through the advent of antibiotics, so a lot of them actually grow up.
Oh my, we're having some fun with the names here. Okay, so Roger brings up Neville Longbottom. How do you get a name like Longbottom? And then Pruda chimes in with, had a Dutch acquaintance named Hongebroek, which is hanging pants. And then Albert says, I have a long name abbreviated it's a PhD. So for a while we joked that I was born from a PhD. Roger says, so the Hans naming convention is like a Smurf village naming. Pruda also says there's also a famous South African surname that's Holbrands, Hulebrands, or however you say that, which means burning hole.
Yep.
Okay. How do you get that name?
Well, the South Africans are kind of, let's call them the new and improved version of the Dutch.
Yeah. Okay. Karl has a thing for the Dutch. I don't know.
The South Africans, the Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, yeah.
They are descendants of the Dutch for the most part.
Yeah, they are.
So they have more or less the same language and...
This is big enough? No, bigger.
But they are bigger, yes.
I was talking about the hat. So this is the top of a hat. How do I know when I've made it big enough? It should be a little bit bigger than my hand before I stop increasing. And
it's big enough when the South African stops objecting.
Sorry, I had to do that. There's a little bit more. We should probably get going here, by the way. Torben says, my nephew is called Krau Per Magner Øyvind Emil in Vitestrond. Do you want to say that in your Norwegian in his Norwegian dialect? Because he says Krau instead of crow. Krau Per Magner Øyvind Emil in Vitestrond.
Krau Per Magner Øyvind Emil in Vitestrond.
There you go. This name is explaining his lineage, and therefore everyone knows who he is and what family he's from. That sounds like the Spanish. Okay. Mexican, for example, will do that.
Vitestrond is a very eccentric place.
Okay, explain. In a way that doesn't offend Torben much more than he probably already is.
Torben is the one who told me this, so
okay,
I think he won't be offended.
There you go.
And he is from Sogndal, not from Vitestrond.
Okay.
But the local shop in Vitestrond famously stopped taking in bananas because it was just being sold out.
Yeah.
So they stopped ordering it.
Okay. That makes interesting sense. Logic there.
They are eccentric. They also have a big fucking optical illusion of a valley that me and Torben tried to walk. Yeah. But that is... Not a particularly interesting story. The thing is just we are supposed to go to a glacier or something at the end of the valley. And every time we think we are there, we go up to the top of a ridge and we see another ridge.
Yeah.
And in the end, we just go, fuck it, and walk back to the bus.
Carla likes beef snodder.
Of course, it's human food, so she will obviously eat
That
it.
explains why he has such stinky poops. No, but then you have it was the Hispanic names. They will take on all the names of their ancestors as well. And when they get in trouble, it's not just Karl Ordal, Karl Cordo Ordal. No. It's Julio Iglesias. And then it would end up of Madrid or whatever.
Oh.
It just keeps. It's just. It was quite interesting to not for kids. No, says Nikki. The word for chutney and banana is the same in both Afrikaans and Malay. I didn't know that.
Chutney.
Go check the full name of Picasso. Oh God. Okay. Picasso's Pablo Picasso. Sorry, Picasso's full name. Pablo Diego José Francisco de Paula Juan Nepomuceno María de los Remedios Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. I butchered it, I'm sure.
In a way, for better or worse,
yeah.
The shorter your name is, the more famous you are.
Yeah.
So if you can be known just as Picasso, and everybody knows who you're talking about, that is better than being whatever the hell that is.
Well, if you look at it, okay, Pablo Diego. Also, Pablo would be his name. Diego would be his father's name. Jose would be his grandfather, or father on a different side. You know, the grandparents could split. De Paula De Paula Juan Nepomuceno. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Maria means he's also of Paula, and then Juan Nepomuceno Maria, of the Remedios Cipriano family, de la of the Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso. Of
it's also, to a certain extent, if you can use your last name and everybody knows we're talking about you, to a certain extent you steal the thunder of your ancestors. So if there wasn't Winston Churchill, when you heard the word Churchill, you would be thinking about Sir John Churchill, who very famously won the war against the French and toppled the English king that he was supposed to be working for, because the English king took a step too far in the direction of Catholicism. This guy is super impressive. But compared to his great-great-grandson, or whatever the hell Winston Churchill is,
yeah,
it completely pales. Winston steals his thunder completely. So if you can say Churchill, and everybody knows that you're talking about Winston Churchill, and if you have to talk about Sir John Churchill, you have to basically specify, I'm talking about Sir John Churchill, the first Duke of Marlborough.
Yeah.
Then Churchill has made it pretty well in his life.
Was he a smoker?
Winston Churchill, definitely yes. Sir John, unlikely.
Okay.
He lives at a time when tobacco it is known in Europe, but it's not popular yet.
I was going to say, Roger says, my Norwegian name will be Long Schlong. Not for kids. Okay. Lucas said, oh yeah, they said about the Picasso's name. Leofsika says Karl story. Oh, by the way, Torben points out he is not from Vitastrond.
I know. I told you that.
Yeah. And then Leofsika says Karl's story is how Pikes Peak became named for an explorer who never got to the mountain. The visual illusion made it appear closer than it was, and they gave up before getting there. Yeah, objects in the mirror may appear closer than they are.
It's like when you walk up this valley, you have this moraine thing. That's basically deposits from glaciers that make small hills. And then you have a river that goes like this between those things.
Yeah.
So you walk, you cross the river, you walk up a hill. Then you walk down the hill, then you cross the river, then you walk up a hill.
Yeah.
And you just have to do this so many times. It's not even funny towards the end. And all the time you just see the next hill in front of you. and there are 67 million of them. I'm willing to bet.
Torben says his driver's license must be really long. Oh, Pablo Picasso. Jeez, yeah. Albert says my last name. There's only 6 people in Norway that have it, drew it, and they are all my family. Yeah, that's the name Biom isn't very big either. There's 2 Biom families, and maybe they're connected far back, but we don't really know. But there are more Bioms in United States that have gone to United States than there are in Norway. But as far as I know, there was yeah, there's my ex's family, and then there's one other one. They don't live too far away, but they may be related much further back. But they're otherwise, as far as I know, they're not related. But that's it. There are no others. It's not like an Anderson, for example.
But the son names in Norway is your father's name. So these are people that probably didn't have a farm or anything like that back when this became mandatory. So to take our chieftain Georg Hansen.
Yeah.
So whatever ancestor he had when they're making the census was asked for his last name, and he basically goes, well, I'm the son of Hans.
And then becomes Hansen, yeah.
Yeah. So Hansen, Jensen, Olavsen, all of these.
Yeah, because he has actually more than Georg Hansen. It's also Georg Reidarsson Olofs or whatever.
Yeah, but that's probably added by Georg in the Icelandic tradition of using your father's name as your surname.
I did buy yarn I bought this one after New Year's. This is my thrifted yarn. I forgot about that because they could use up this. It would match this other multicolored one. And
woman, everybody knew you were lying. You were lying when you said.
No, I was in denial. I was even lying to myself. I didn't realize. But yes, I bought 1 bottle of yarn.
1 bottle?
Not for kids. That is, my ex-husband must suffer from chronic visual illusion and delusion. According to him, everything was 12 inches. Not good. Some have a better relationship with their exes than others. No, my ex and I get along all right. But we'll never get back together, that I'll say. Okay, anyway. Well,
as they say,
are you happy about that, by the way?
I'm perfectly happy with 10 inches because everything over 12 inches is a foot.
Which is always interesting because the foot is usually... I don't know, maybe. I was going to say to 12 inches, but okay. No, but we have to go. Because I'm going to go and play Conan with Karl. So that... do you want to tell the little incident with the Swede? Yesterday?
I thought
As
I
a quick
password protector and a Swedish
Karl bought a server. So because we didn't... If you play Conan Exiles, and there's a PvP server, which is player versus player, or PvE, player versus environment. And if you go on the PvP server, you can't get very far unless you're with a bunch of friends, because they all kill you before you can get very anywhere. And if you're on the PvE, player versus environment server, where they can't just kill you, it's so flippin' overbuilt. Everybody has built something everywhere that there's no place to build. So you can rent your own server. So we can just do whatever the heck we want and play the game and not worry after being killed or somebody overpopulating the area. And then Karl, what did happen?
I was so sure it was password protected because we got a password and I used it to get into it the first time. So I just thought it punched it in automatically.
I was using it all the time, so I don't know.
But then all of a sudden a Swedish lady shows up and steals our rhinoceros.
Stole the rhinoceros. Why did I add
now the server is Swedish proof.
Yeah, now the server is Swedish proof. And then we had a nice quest of running around and trying to find her disconnected body so we could kill it.
Yeah.
I won, but you have not found the rhinoceros yet.
If you find the rhinoceros, that's a bonus.
It's a bonus one.
At least you have stripped her, murdered her, sacrificed her heart to the gods, and taken back most of the shit she stole.
Okay, it's time for me to stop. I have now connected this is actually 2 different color yarns. One is multi, one is white, and I have now connected more white yarn onto the multicolored one. So it's time for me to stop needle binding. Okay, anyway, because I'm starting to make mistakes. Me gaming with me then, says Lucas. Yeah. And then Albert says, some people are better friends than partners. Yeah, on the... Yeah, no, he and I would be better friends than partners. Okay, anyway, but we're going to go. Any plans for next week? obviously we'll come on a Saturday, probably 7 o'clock, but maybe 6:30. But like, do you have any more? Did you find anything more in the store that you can cook for Annetta? Microwave?
The only very Norwegian thing, and here I have to either one
Who would have thought microwaving would be a fun thing?
here I would have to either one make an exception where not everything is microwaved, or B, which I'm not going to do, make an exception where I eat something that isn't fully meat.
Yeah.
Is rømmegrøt. But the
Rømmegrøt
rømmegrøt
would be a good one to show.
normally served with spekekjøtt.
Yeah, which is dried meat, but
Yeah, dried and salted.
dried and salted. Yeah.
But if we can get our hands on,
Thinly sliced. Better.
this is not something you put in the microwave anyway, by the way. But if we can get our hands on some of that, I can make a rømmegrøt for next time.
No gaming, cat and keyboard says, oh, yeah, no. There is the little acronym or whatever, yeah, like cock, C-O-K, but it was cat on keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Karl has...
It's like the goodbye that never ends. Sorry,
Before we played Conan, I spent a lot of time playing Mountain Blade Bannerlord. And...
This one.
Carla, while I have been playing on Iron Man mode, so I can't save or fix the shit that she fucks up, she has locked me into first-person mode during a battle. She has married off one of my daughter to bloody Mongols.
She's here.
She did something more, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But oh, that was frustrating.
And she's got a tail that's like a worm. No, she's not your friend. We had to put up keyboard protection.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there was, that was one other thing I was gonna show. Done. I just have to put a button on it. But I think instead of, well, actually it's not too bad that it's off center. It is kind of cool, but I might angle it a bit. But that's what it looked like when I waved the middle shut a bit there. You can't see through the joint anymore. But anyway. Done. And I have a lot of this left. I love the way this yarn pooled. You can see like the purple going through and the teal and the blue. So I think I'm going to maybe try making some hats out of it. I want to make one hat, but that looks really... I love the texture of the Dalby stitch there. So I think I might do another one in Dalby. And by the way, if you go from Dalby back to an Oslo project, you have to tell your brain that you're using Oslo stitch and not Dalby. I started doing a couple stitches the wrong way. Annette says I did an old Hollywood stream and called someone an aristocrat instead of an aristocrat. I've actually done that too. I'll use the word and I won't even notice it, and you'll like correcting me and laughing at me, going, "Woman, it's not Disney." Okay, anyway, you and your cats are rolling over into my live streams. And Roger says the cat hacked your password on the keyboard. It was not a sweet, it was the cat. She was
I doubt it, because she was walking around her being annoying at the time, so she wasn't operating a keyboard.
And what part of her cycle is she in now that you've been tracking?
No, she's in the nice cat cycle.
She's in the nice cat cycle.
So it doesn't get any better than this.
No, this is her being cute. Okay. And then no, we should get going anyway. But yes, Saturday, either 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
Next YouTube, she's going to be in the screaming cycle.
Oh, just in time, Torben.
And the YouTube after that, she's going to be in the running around cycle.
Bitch slapped me with her ears. Sorry. Okay, we'll see you next week then. All right. Say bye, Karl.
Bye.
Maybe we'll remember to charge.